guys. It is that time. NXT, AEW, both of the participants in the Wednesday Night Wars. It's time, guys. Dynamite and NXT. What's going on Dynamite right off the bat? Okay,
I feel like I lost enough early.
Cody again.
That I never ever.
Cody's starting off the broadcast, really making him out to be the overdog of this tournament.
To determine the interim NXT.
And NXT is talking about the Cruiserweight Championship Tournament. Very nice, very nice. Man, Tozawa really hit that that Trouble in Paradise kick right upside the guy's head. Akira Tozawa, maybe he's gonna win. All right, let's hear what Cody's got to say.
Darby Allin represents relentless. What that means? It means doing anything it takes to get what you want.
I can't
anything.
see anyone.
Anything.
I can't visualize anyone.
What's up, everybody? What's
that
up? Welcome to the stream.
Me. Think about every champion that you can
It
remember.
is time. It has begun.
All they wanted. They ate. They slept. They just breathed wrestling. I'm not going to argue that Darby isn't that, but I know for sure that's who I am.
Who do you want as your champion? Corporate sheep, or someone like Darby Allin?
A corporate sheep.
We can have all the respect in the world for each other, but there's no respect going into this match. We're trying to take each other's heads off.
I have to ask myself, what's most important in this story? The beginning, the middle, or the end?
Darby's a great wrestler. Darby's a huge part of the future of AEW, but he's the champion.
We continue on TNT here on Dynamite. So glad
In this
to be
universe.
with us here on this Wednesday night. Tony
Yo,
Schiavone,
Travis,
the
thank you
leader
for the
of
host,
Inner
man.
Circle. Chris Jericho, not only the leader of the Inner Circle, but Le Champion, and Le Champion knows what's
Le
best.
Champion. He doesn't even have the title, and he's still calling himself Le Champion. I like that. I like that. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. If you're hype, put some hype in the chat, man.
A double main event, you're right, Le Champion. It's going to be the final four in the TNT Championship Tournament.
Man,
Later tonight,
Lance
we'll see
Archer versus
Archer
Dustin
against
Rhodes.
Coming up in just a minute or two, Cody will battle.
Is they gonna give Dustin Rhodes a nice little send off in this tournament, or is it gonna be a super fast match like what Lance Archer has been having recently, or is it gonna be somewhere in between? All right, what are we doing? Isaiah Swerve Scott starting off the festivities on NXT, and Moxley has something to say.
The Flim Flam sensation took over the nation last week. It's the third installment of the Bubbly Bunch here tonight. We'll also see the Shumper.
Oh my goodness.
Chairman of AEW, Sean Spears.
Sean Spears, Sean Spears in action.
Well, as the exalted one, Brodie Lee, taking on Marco Stunt. But I know you've been waiting.
Brodie Lee versus Marco Stunt, dude. I can't wait to see what happens in that match. I'm so excited to see what they have planned here. Is it going to be Marco Stunt actually having like a 15-minute match with Brodie, or is it just going to be Brodie tossing him somewhere? It's always interesting to see how AEW is going to approach these like big stars and what they're going to let them do or not let them do. It's very interesting to see their booking decisions, whether they're good or bad. Sometimes they're not that great, and sometimes they're fantastic, and they actually turn out better than I would have thought. So it's Isaiah Swerve Scott, and he's taking on, who's this? It's got a cool logo. Oh, El Hijo del Fantasma, of the biggest body of people in this universe. Guys, in this whole universe? That's crazy. I did not know that. Got hosts everywhere. Hosting it up, man. 21 months? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Upgrades? Yo. Upgrades. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mo with 21 months. What is happening? Mo. Goodness.
Oh yes,
21
anniversary 21.
months.
You think you
And a
know me?
Mo crossing. Oh my goodness. What in the wide world on this day? Yo. Mo, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Mo sees clearly. Giving you crowns. See if I can get 21 crowns. Dudley, what'd you do to my keyboard? You made it so that the Dudleys show up no matter what I do now? Dudley, what'd you do? Dudley? No, it's not the Dudley bunch. It's the Bubbly bunch. You said it's the Dudley bunch? Alright, it's the Dudley bunch apparently now. Dudley, what'd you do to my keyboard? Dudley, I'm gonna get you, man. I'm gonna get you. Alright. Mo, thank you so much, man. Mo, yes! And a Mo crossing. I love it. Alright, so it's Cody Rhodes versus Darby Allin. Winner of this is moving on to the finals of the TNT Championship Tournament. So I'm most likely going to stick with this as much as possible. The Cruiserweight Championship Tournament is cool, but it is a round robin thing, so nobody's getting eliminated there. This is somebody's going home, so I'm put a little bit more importance on the Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin match. But I will be going back and forth between the two no matter what. Just going to be sticking with Cody a little bit more. It's a little more important.
And we know that as the bell rings on the other side, awaits either his brother or Lance Archer.
All right.
Dang,
they're chanting for Cody.
And the last thing he's doing is underestimating Darby. Well, they know each other quite well.
All right, chill out with that, dude. This ain't the website for that. I'm sure you're. I hope you're smart enough to find the actual websites for those type of things.
And then, of course, Darby Allin, after beating Sammy Guevara, if he beats Cody tonight, that puts him right on track.
Yo, what are? Oh, Empire. Is it Empire, Umpire, Vampire? Will Dudley flim flam? Dudley has better dances than that. Nice little takedown by Cody. Not enough though. Cody versus Darby Allin. Do I even have Darby Allin? I don't think I do.
The equivalent of slapping a man across the face with a glove in a duel. You're not going to pin Darby Allin off a shoulder tackle.
Let's try to find him.
But he's just letting him know.
Welcome everybody. If you've not already left a thumbs up on the YouTube video, guys, please leave a thumbs up. I would very, very much appreciate it.
And then Cody won the second match. The winner goes on to the championship of the tournament. All right, Cody here with the go behind. Once again, like I said, a great technician in the ring from his amateur days. You mentioned he was a state champion. State champion, Lassiter High School out of Cobb County. And just he was.
I swear I already had a picture of him.
In wrestling in the state of Georgia.
Oh, it's because it's so tiny. That's why.
Rhodes, a young Austin Watson.
That's gonna be real huge.
Georgia system. For those of you that know, you know.
All right.
One count that time. Look at the leg sweep.
I'll take it.
Cody bridging out. Oh, Cody. Ooh, oh, wow. How about
Right
taking advantage of that? Yes, sir.
Did you see that? Right out of the gate, Cody tried to kind of bridge out Matrix style. Darby saw that and clipped his knee. We're not even a minute into the match.
Sounds like a crowd in here, you know? Darby Allin.
For match of the year, these two had. Let's see what they can do out of that here. Cody, though, is going to
if they ever made him like the top superstar, they could really make it like Darby Allin, you know? Could be the title of the pay-per-view and actually have his name instead of it saying All In. It could have like his fonts and everything. It could be like the whole pay-per-view is dedicated to Darby Allin or Allin.
And you're going to be feeling that way worse.
Nice little backflip out of the suplex attempt. Oh no, Cody, what have you done? Cody put Darby Allin right into his wife. He did that. It almost looked like on purpose. Randy's down.
Darby is down.
Now does not Cody not only has a broken knee, he's got a broken wife. Let's take another look at this.
All right, I got Darby. It's going to be a little tiny on the screen, but he did know his wife was there.
What a despicable human being.
That was
Just like I told you,
despicable.
Shivani.
Very despicable.
Billy's going to help her out of the ring, and Cody now kicks it into high gear here with Darby Allin. This semifinal match continues after this on Dynamite.
Oh man, they're going right to commercial in the middle of that. Man, I wish they would have saved that until after the commercial. Then the spot where he crashed into her. I want to see what's happening. You know, I want to see what they're thinking about, how they're going to be reacting to that. And they're at commercial on NXT as well. Dang it. All right. Well, at least we can get Darby Allin in the right place. Cody. Cody. Is that his new name? Cody. WWE fan, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Man, I see everybody in here. New Zealand, Weebrup, the Mo, WWE fan, Gritty to the Urban, Empire was here. We got Chris Bug in the house too, and Mo on 2 platforms. Thank you guys very much for coming through. If you're in the chat, let me know, man. Let me know. El Hijo del Fantasma. Yeah. I'm just going to call him Phantasma from now on because I keep messing up his name. It's just Phantasma. That's good enough. There's nobody else with that name. It'll be fine. All right, now we got a picture of Darby Allin. Just in time for him to get knocked out of the tournament. Or do you guys think maybe he's going to win? Think maybe they're going to swerve us? Speaking of swerve, we'll find out if they're back from commercial break in a second. Maybe they're going to swerve us. Dude, if Darby Allin wins this and Lance Archer wins his match, Darby Allin's going into orbit. He's going to get tossed into orbit. All right, Darby Allin. There we go. Now he's in the right place. This will be a good match. Heck yeah. I'm glad that there's a little bit of unpredictability going on between how his wife got involved right there. Cody really looked like he pushed Darby Allin right into her, almost purposefully. Could this be the start of a heel turn? Cool picture of Darby Allin. Thank you. I wanted to find a good one. There's another one that I had before, but I just looked at it and it was like this big, so it would have looked all like it wouldn't have looked as clear. And you know, we need the quality. We need the quality. Can't have low quality. All right, we're back on NXT for a second. El Hijo del Fantasma. I mean, Phantasma. I gotta just keep calling him Phantasma.
The interim cruiserweight champion as Swerve Scott looking to take it again to the air. Sunset flip, a reversal, and what a
nice
basement
stuff.
drop kick by Phantasma, Tom.
Down goes Swerve.
Phantasma still a little bit slow on the uptake in the matches that I'm seeing him in.
Let's
hopefully
see
he can get this
capitalize on the stun Swerve Scott.
the rhythm of these NXT matches down.
And Phantasma, knees first into the face of Isaiah Swerve Scott. Phantasma, the latest in a long line of
Isaiah. I'm sure Isaiah wants this win.
Where the mask is sacred. You think about WWE Hall of Famers El Santo and Mil Máscaras, and now El Hijo del Fantasma, hoping to add his name to the rich legacy after conquering his native Mexico.
Whoa.
Can he come? Scott!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nice Frankensteiner off the top.
Swerve hits hard all the way in the center of the ring, and Phantasma is not done, looking possibly to finish him off.
The son of the Phantom looking to make Isaiah Swerve Scott disappear. There's the diving splash, the cover, crossface, and somehow Scott slithers.
Isaiah somehow gets out of the crossbody. That was a really nice flying crossbody right there. Very smooth.
Area of Swerve, and that frog splash landed 100% across the chest. So difficult to catch your breath after an impact like that.
Scott knife edge chopping now. Phantasma and Scott chopping each other.
Just chopping back and forth.
Trying to press the blood vessels in each other's
Back to AEW. Nice to see Phantasma actually looks like he's a little bit quicker in this match than his last one.
To pain. That time he got out
You want Irish to win? He's learning.
momentarily.
Doing
Now Cody
something.
back on the attack again.
Slow and steady.
Where's half
I'd rather him have a okay match and get his bearings than get injured trying to do too much or injure somebody else. So I'm all for it.
History being made here tonight. First ever TNT Championship will be decided very, very soon, and we have this semifinal match.
What? They're gonna decide the title tonight?
Just dropping a man with reckless abandon.
Wait a minute. Are Cody and or whoever wins these two matches actually gonna fight tonight?
You could lose your wind on that. You could pull a stomach muscle.
It's one of those moves you improvise, right?
On Raw today, it looks like a.
There's no specific way to quote unquote fall.
Dude, he was fighting against freaking Jinder Mahal, man.
Cody now, boy, he's showing quite a determination after Randy left. And now look at
In
it.
this country, in this universe. Halo with the host.
He's still blaming Darby
Host low?
for his mistake that
Hey,
took out
hey
his
host?
right brand.
Hey host.
And now,
Fight Jinder Mahal, you should be getting smashed, especially if it's his return match. I don't think that takes anything away from Tozawa.
You know, I might not like referee Aubrey
But
Edwards,
it's a
she looks
previous
like
world champion and just a
she has
super
the
savage, you know?
air of authority
Should be
when she's in
getting
that
squashed
ring.
up.
She lets it go straight to her head, but I think she looks the part.
Vertical suplex attempt by Cody. Darby able to get out of there. Darby's so much smaller than Cody.
back to the knee is correct, Chris Jericho.
Cody gets
And
chop
now
blocked.
goes Cody face first in a lot of pain.
I'm really impressed with Darby out. He did the same thing last week.
No at
against
Double or
Saga.
Nothing?
You're expecting
But are they
him
even
to
having
have
Double or
this, like I
Nothing?
mentioned,
Is it really going to happen?
Lots of high-flying, risky moves, but he's being very
Oh, look at these
smart
combos.
along by using his speed.
Sunset flip power bomb by Darby Allin.
He can do moves like that, but then he goes right back to the leg. Once again,
Smart
he does it
stuff.
again. That's a smart
Good
move
stuff.
right there.
Darby Allin
That's an
staying on him.
experienced vet,
Swerve one.
to do that, and Darby,
Okay.
I'm not sure how much experience he has. Only 4 or 5 years. That's a move that somebody
Swerve
who's been
wins.
doing this for 20
Nice.
years would do.
Absolutely. It's one of those things where
I'm kind of all right with that, especially with the like the timid pace that Phantasma's taking on early in this tournament.
You really do. You do.
Maybe
Darby
they're
has
doing
the
that on
knack
purpose.
for
Maybe
this business. He's got the
they're
aptitude for it.
they're
And I
making
saw
him
it right
appear
when
a
he
little
came
bit
to
slower,
AEW.
like they're telling him to slow it down a little bit, and then as the tournament reaches near its conclusion, he's gonna start having this like second win type of thing or something. Could be some good storytelling that they're doing.
Somebody that I felt could become a big
We
star,
shall see.
and Darby was
Not an
great.
elimination tournament, so losing doesn't take you out.
fluid in the ring. And I
Might be a
know
chance
lot of
to
that
actually
has to
build
do
some
with
storyline
the
between these
skateboard.
athletes as well.
Use the skateboard and glide.
Darby Allin just tossing himself at Cody in the corner. Cody's wrapped up in somewhat of a tree of woe, single leg tree of woe.
He's very explosive in his moveset as well. He reminds me of a great Muda. In that before he does things, he adds a little extra.
I hope he's here.
panache to the move that he does, which makes everything look
You
that
hope
much more
that
devastating.
Adam Cole's here. I kind of hope he's back at poolside. Those are some cool promos.
Now, crossing up the
Oh,
leg,
nice.
the legs and pulling. Boy, now Cody is in a
Good
tough
stuff.
spot here.
What is that, like
This
a
hurts in a lot of ways. It hurts both knees, if you can
almost
see.
like a
It hurts
clover
both
leaf?
ankles, and it also hurts the buttocks area with that heel driving in there.
Jericho, what the heck,
It's
man?
painful. It's like when someone sticks their knuckle.
Your
into
favorite
a
title
thigh.
is back? What's your favorite
Darby
title?
is showing us, and we've seen this before, a great technical wrestler. I mean, yeah, he's known as a
Your
brawler.
favorite title?
Is to
The
pay,
Cruiserweight
loves to
Championship?
go on the outside, do crazy things, but
Did Britt just hit Cody with a shoe?
for crying out loud.
Britt Baker, why would you hit somebody?
What a maniacal move.
As soon as I say Darby is a great technical wrestler, Britt nails Cody.
What
with
the heck?
shoe.
Britt Baker just hit Cody in the head with a shoe for some
Anytime
reason.
Cody goes down after getting hit with
Is
the
she in
shoe,
cahoots
you
with
know, I'm
Darby
not gonna
Allin?
try
I don't think so.
Yeah, apparently
Isn't Darby
so.
kind of a good guy?
Again, look at that. And that's
Another
being a
chop
great
block to
technical
Cody's
wrestler.
leg.
Focusing on what-
And now a headbutt to the knee.
Very much so. Very smart.
Savagery.
I've been very impressed with Darby.
The old TNA World title. Oh yeah, that's a nice looking title.
Like I mentioned, his mindset and style has changed, and I appreciate that.
We'll be back after this timeout. You're watching Dynamite, only on TNT.
Oh yeah. Oh, gotta mute that. All right, back to it. Oh no, NXT's at commercial as well. It's time. It's time. I almost bought that title at a house show, but it cost too much. Yeah, it looks like an expensive title. It looks big. It looks big and it looks quality. What was it? Probably like $429, $400. Isn't the Gargano way not to wrestle till Takeover though? That is true, but I think that the fact that they that Takeover got canceled, I think that threw off their the Gargano schedule. I think they're having a little lockdown troubles. 500, yeah. See, I thought it was somewhere around there, like 450, 429, 500. What channel is AEW on? It's on TNT. TNT. They know drama. So now TNT has two of my favorite things to watch: AEW and NBA. Well, they don't have NBA right now, but now he's just Johnny Dinner Table. Johnny Dinner Table. All right, hang on. I'll be right back. I got to get my charger. You guys can hang out with Dudley for a second. Okay, I'm sorry. I called you Dudley. He wants to be called DJF. He says his name is DJF right now. Okay, your name is DJF. What happened? You hurt your pinky. What? Do you even have a pinky? All right, we'll see you later, DJF. Well, you can come back in a little bit.
A big giant clothesline that takes Darby right out of his face paint.
Darby, Cody, both down.
Who's ready for Money in the Bank? Me for sure.
Pete, I hate that guy.
Front first is Darby Allin trying to pull himself up here by the turnbuckle.
All right, we're not going to talk about ages in here, guys. Timing everybody out is talking about ages. All right.
Both men to the center of the ring is Cody with that uppercut of his.
Okay. Let's not.
And he hooks him. Wow, release suplex that time, but that's all he could do with that bend.
No swearing either. All right.
A lot of power there to throw a man on his back like that, though.
Wow, how about that? Step up in Zaguri using
No swearing and no talking about your ages. All right. This ain't that type of website, guys. It's YouTube. YouTube. You know, you come, you watch videos, talk about the subject of the video. Dudley Jacob Bazers. I don't think he has a middle name. All right.
He's in a whip. I would whip him with it.
Oh, I know you would.
Whip him with it. Come on. That's the real Cody. Come on.
If he hits him with that, is he disqualified? Yeah, he would have been disqualified. All right. So after your 300 seconds, please come back in here and talk about wrestling. Okay. This ain't no weird dating service. So, oh, no, almost a pinfall right there. Uh-oh, Crossroads. Oh my goodness. Why can nobody do that move? Cody almost crushed his own vertebrae with that.
That took a lot of balls to do that.
Candice LeRae is coming out here. She got a brand new theme song or anything? Let me hear.
You know, the most thoughtful, the most caring, and I'm proud to be her husband. She has.
Yeah, she's got a brand new theme.
I really do. You can tell that Darby is scouting.
And Johnny Gargano is actually talking her and walking her out to the ring. Candice LeRae. She's got a brand new theme song, brand new look and everything.
And once again, what does the figure four work on?
It works
The
on
knee.
the knee.
And did you see Cody? Aubrey counted to 2. Cody beat Sean Spears with a figure four where he was counted down to 2. Now Brandy's back out here with a bottle of water.
Well, yeah, why not? I mean, she
What
probably.
does she bring water out here for? this some kind of acid or something? No. What's she gonna do with this? She should
Some kind of acid or something. Jericho, what the heck,
She
man?
needs to stay in the back. She might get hurt again.
Okay, well, I think it's good that
Wonder if Johnny has a new theme. That's a good question.
Maybe she brought him some water.
Well, there you go. You needed a little.
Should have spit it in his face.
Okay.
Look at that.
Oh,
Well, he got it in the face anyway.
Darby
didn't he,
clocks him in the head. Coffin drop, no. Clotheslined him.
Yes, sir. Clothesline. And down goes.
Pretty good match right here.
I'm still trying to figure out.
You can tell they're actually fighting for something.
Out there, and then Cody took a sip of water. Well, there's no water in hockey. They don't. Well, they do actually.
Casey, it's Ricochet's girl.
Let's move on.
Get your sports right here, Lucian.
What do you mean he has no storyline? This is like the most character he's had since he showed up.
Both performers.
Okay.
Let's go, Darby.
Oh, wow. And the broadcast was
Oh, nice front flip stunner by Darby Allin.
seemingly out on his feet.
Outside flip.
Oh,
Cody catches him.
caught him.
Once again, that
Wow. I don't think Cody knows how to do the crossroads either. Darby Allin kicks out of the crossroads.
Don't forget he gave Sean
Dude, he
Spears
spiked himself right on his head.
two of those crossroads moves.
Yeah, Sean got out on Sean.
Goodness gracious.
This one, isn't he?
He is.
Dude, I don't think anybody knows how to do the crossroads.
Wow. We still don't know the mystery of the hidden shoe. We don't know for sure who it was that hit Cody.
Should use the DIY theme as his heel theme.
He's gonna go up for
If
that
they were
moonsault.
still feuding, then yeah. But I think he's on to something else now. Especially because that new guy or whoever he is showed up. I think Tommaso Ciampa's gonna have his hands full.
That put Great Muta out. That put Kenta Kobashi out. And
Cody
Cody's
going
right
for the
now.
coffin drop.
Coffin drop.
Wow, he did it.
From Cody. Can you believe it?
Darby
No.
scouted it. Darby scouted it.
Darby was there. Darby got the knees up.
Oh, look at
Coffin drop on Cody.
He's gonna win.
Cody's got him. No, Cody got him pinned.
What?
Cody pinned him.
What?
Coffin drop. What happened, Shivani?
Cody rolled over and
Cody rolled him over. Why did the count continue? Why did the count continue smoothly from 1, 2, and 3 when he landed on him? It should have started at 1 and then started over again. What the heck? So let me get this straight. Cody does the coffin drop. Darby Allin gets the knees up. Darby Allin gets the knees up. Then he goes and hits him with the coffin drop. And Cody still wins the match. Man, superhero Cody here, man. What a strange ending. The count should have started over again. It should have started at 1 when he landed on him, and then once Cody moved over, the count should have stopped. Then it should have started again once he had Darby Allin's shoulders down. Darby Allin's shoulders weren't down immediately. He still had to roll him over onto his back. Very strange. Super duper mega Cody. This guy can botch somebody else's finisher, then get hit with somebody else's finisher and still win the match. Oh man. Alright. Let's get back over here. See what NXT is up to. So it's Candice LeRae versus Casey Cataranzo? She's still employed.
Nodding his approval as LeRae and Gargano.
All right, so
looking to
Cody's
be the
moving on
first
in the tournament.
family of NXT, but there's a reversal as Gargano is going for the Gargano escape and Catanzaro will pull her away.
Hey, Candice LeRae got a little arrogant there, Beth.
Absolutely arrogant,
Where's my
taking her
Candice
eye
LeRae?
off the ball, and you
There she is.
cannot take your eye off of a
Definitely
worker.
gonna need a new picture of her.
Catanzaro.
Catanzaro getting lit up now.
I always call her Cataranzo. Catanzaro.
Showcasing the
Catanzaro.
fury, the aggression. Wow, she's on the verge of being disqualified there. Really milking
That means he's the best then? No, it doesn't. It means he's overly booked, man. That's ridiculous right there. I do compare that to Roman. When Roman did it, it was ridiculous too. I didn't like it when Roman did it either.
Grabbing her by the hair. Oh no.
It's not like I'm saying it sucked. It didn't suck then. It sucks now too.
Wicked stepsister. And it results.
He's not worse than Roman. No, it's not worse than Roman.
Here is your winner, Candice LeRae.
Candice gets the win. Very expected. Very expected. Her debut of her brand new look. sucks when Roman did it, and it sucks when Cody does it, man. Only so far you should take it. The thing is, I don't have a problem with him winning. It's the way he wins. It's like, dude, are you the best or what? Are you the best? Okay, if you're the best, then why does it take you 20 minutes to beat people? Like, you're telling two different stories with the same match. You're saying, oh, he's the best, but it also takes him 20 minutes to beat every single person he fights. How does that make any sense? If you're the best, it doesn't take you 20 minutes to beat people. So it's either you're not the best and they're overbooking you, or you are the best and you're just giving people a chance. But he's not just giving people a chance. He's actually like outright fighting these people tooth and nail the whole entire match. And it just makes no sense. If you're the best, you put people away. You destroy people. And that's what sucked about Roman as well. Is Roman gets beat up the entire match, and then all of a sudden he's good enough to win at the end. That sucks. That doesn't look good. That doesn't make any sense. If you're the best, you beat people. You hit people with your moves, you go home. Just like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was the best not because he had knockdown, drag out, 12-round fights and all this stuff. He's the best because he was just smashing fools, and it looked like he was dominant. Who's better than Roman or Becky? Roman's definitely a better wrestler than Becky Lynch. That's for sure. But Becky is a little bit better at showing personality. And she obviously can cut promos a little better than Roman. Why was it Pentagon in it? I'm just saying, man. If he's the best, he should be beaten. It's the same thing. I'll say this for everybody, dude. If you're the best, then don't have 20-minute matches with people. Just put people away. Show us you're the best.
I finally get to finish what I started months ago.
Damien Priest.
Yeah. And when the night's over, you're gonna be the one basking in the glory of the new North American champion.
Hey, at least he puts people away. He's a devastating powerhouse.
NXT North American Championship on the line in tonight's main event.
At T-Mobile.
He looks like a rock star, but also kind of like a vampire or something. His gimmick is kind of weird to me right now. Yeah, the new Candace is cool. I like it. Yeah, Brock is not the best wrestler, but he embodies his gimmick. He's supposed to be a dominant, devastating force that puts people away and destroys people, and that's what he does. That's good, and he embodies that. He does it perfectly. He goes out there, he throws people around, and if he loses, it's like, okay, well, yeah, he got just straight stomped out, or he got hit with something 100 times. Like they've done a good job making him look like what he is, like what he's supposed to be. We got Maxwell.
For some strange reason, doesn't want to use the GPS. Lost. And that's why I took it upon myself to work so hard, and because of my unapologetic courageousness, I was able to rehab my horrible injury. Now,
dude, he's out of rehab?
My nail doctor, who just so happens to be the most prolific nail doctor in his field, he was in awe. Because he told me he's never seen such a miraculous turnaround in the history of modern medicine. He said I went from being on death's door to not only healing my hangnail, but overhealing it. Yeah, you heard me right.
Overhealing it?
I now have the strongest nail in the world. His words, not mine. And I was, as you can imagine, so excited to be live and in living color back on AEW Dynamite. And so I did what everybody does that's professional. I tried to get TV ready, and while I was shaving, the unthinkable happened.
Oh no. Oh no.
I nicked my neck. I know. It's gruesome. And I'm sure a normal man would have bled out and died, but not me, because I am a warrior. And it hurt. I'm not going to lie to you people, it hurt so much, because I was so looking forward to...
He was covering up his neck. He had a neck brace on under the scarf.
I mean, I was foaming at the mouth at the idea of having the opportunity to wrestle in front of 6 or 7 of my peers that I really respect. I mean, really, really respect. And moreover, I was breathtaken at the possibility of being to entertain you people in your hour of need because I care about you so much. But I'll be back. Not just for you, but for me. Because I'm the voice brave enough to cry out. I am the storm thundering across the horizon. I am the candle that is lit in the dark room. I am the only hope this company has left. I am Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you. And you know it.
The following contest is
Musa. Comes Musa. We got Timothy Thatcher and the Bro on NXT.
Them guys on tag teams. But me and Pete, we're a real team. We won the Dusty Cup. We won the NXT tag titles. And you know what, Tim? We're a team too. I know you like the back of my hand.
Bro.
If I knew the back of my hand for 2 weeks. And tonight, we're going to prove to the world why we're the best tag team. On the first ever episode of the Newly Bro Show.
Newly Bro Show? They got their own show. The Newly Bro Show. Incredible. Incredible. Newly Bro Show. That's not a rumor. Yeah, that would be a cool match. I would like to see that, Chris. I'd definitely like to see that. I think Ricochet's doing tag team stuff right now though, so maybe, man. They'd have to set it up real quick. They don't have very much time.
Specialist, and legend has it, one time Timothy pulled a man's eye directly out of its socket.
Byron Saxton is on NXT.
Timothy, is this true?
Do I have Byron Saxton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. How about our second contestant?
I do
from
not have
Las
Byron
Vegas,
Saxton.
Matt Riddle.
Whoa.
Enjoys listening to the sounds of the ocean by using a seashell, and he also enjoys the consumption of pina coladas in the rain.
Oh.
And with that out of the way, let's get to the rules of Newly Bro Show. It's real simple.
What the
Here's how it
heck?
breaks down, gentlemen, or should I say bros. I will ask you both the series
What
of
is going
questions.
on?
You will answer. One of you will answer on the whiteboard, and the other will answer verbally. So with that said, let's start off with
Do I
something
have
light.
Byron?
Matt, go ahead and write down what you had for breakfast this morning. And as you write that down, I direct the burning question to you, Timothy. Tell
Gonna be
us,
brownies?
what did your partner have for breakfast?
Brownies.
What? I have no idea what Riddle would have for breakfast.
Bro.
That's correct.
What did he have?
Bro. I don't even know what I had.
No
for
idea.
breakfast.
Oh.
I usually wake, the wife bakes. She's a really good cook. What were we talking about?
I don't even
it's a
know
good
what
thing
I
you're
had
not
for
competing here tonight, Matt. Even though your partner's dressed in his ring gear. All right, good job, guys. Next question. Timothy, tell us,
What is
what
going
is
on?
your favorite television show?
I don't own a TV, Byron.
I think we're going to go ahead and pump the brakes on that one and delve further. Timothy, did you just say you don't own a television?
No.
Have you ever considered
What?
purchasing one?
Well, I mean, they're expensive, but if the price is right, I guess maybe.
Bro.
Hey! 2 for 2!
Yo, they got
Now,
another
not
one right.
to continue to
The
delve
price
into
is
this,
right.
Timothy, but since you don't own a television, does that mean you've never Netflix and chilled?
I don't need Netflix to chill.
Oh.
That's a stallion right there, bro. Inside and out. You know what I mean. Actually, Byron, you probably don't know what I mean.
Oh.
But you guys at home, you know what I mean.
Thanks for boosting my self-esteem there, Matt. All right, let's move on to question number 3. Now,
What
we're
is
going to get
going
a little
on?
serious here, a little deep. Timothy, we want to know, as a professional wrestler, where is the craziest place that you've done it?
Obviously, in a professional wrestling ring. But
Whoa.
one time it got a little crazy. I had a triple threat in a laundromat.
A triple threat in a laundromat.
Oh, right again.
Bro.
Dude, how are they getting all these right? How did they get these
My
all?
mind went straight to the gutter. But the universe has big plans for us, bro. It's destiny.
It is. It's got to be destiny. It's got to be
You know what
destiny.
I'm sensing here? I'm sensing a lot of potential with this team, a lot of strong chemistry.
Comedy hour on wrestling
So you
right
know
now.
what
We
that
got the
means.
bubbly bunch on one channel. We got the
Now is your
bros, the
chance to
newly
play
bros.
for the big money, because this is our speed round.
Comedy wrestling hour.
Speed's really not my thing. I'm going.
No more fun and games. Game show over. Courtesy of Imperium.
Well, Imperium is here. La 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 la.
And boy, Eichner and Bartel
This show was good.
really getting to know Riddle up close and personal best.
Oh my goodness. Well, Imperium is doing a number, and that number is bad. Goodness gracious. They back body dropped the bro over the barricade to the outside. Just dumped him out.
Broken down in a hurry. No more mirth. Imperium will never be confused as the
My goodness.
The numbers can be becoming too much for Thatcher.
Oh, Bartel and
Dude,
Eichner.
Thatcher's actually holding his own.
Pound on Thatcher. Looking to be like Piranha skeletonizing
Not enough,
a
though.
water buffalo, and Imperium's not finished.
No!
Goodness gracious, man. Well, Imperium is definitely making their impressions
The
felt.
NXT Tag Team
Goodness
Champions
gracious.
have been decimated.
Symphony of Destruction, yep.
Missed again.
No, the newly bros.
The Ring General, Marcel Bartel, Fabian Eichner.
Oh, we get to hear it.
A message to the NXT Tag Team Champions.
La 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 la. Oh, and they picked up the tag team championships too.
Writhing in pain, but it's very clear what the motives of Imperium were in this attack. Let's take one more look at this high-impact elbow. Thatcher's
La
head
la
bouncing
la
off
la
the mat.
la la la.
Imperium wipes out Thatcher with the European bomb. A message sent to the NXT Tag Team Champions. We're coming up here next on
La
NXT.
la 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 la. Dude, that was a great segment right there. That had everything I wanted. Uh-oh, Mia Yim backstage.
Hey, Mr. Mojo.
Mia Yim backstage getting ready. Her match is next versus Charlotte Flair. Charlotte. This could be interesting. Charlotte, you better destroy Mia Yim. Did you hear about the 2K Battlegrounds? Yeah, I did. Well, I didn't hear about it. I've just seen like a 20-second little thing that showed like 3 moves or something. So I don't know, man. It could turn out to be a card game or something at this point. We gotta chill. So we gotta chill and wait and see what it is. I've been swerved before. It could just be like a new what do you call it? A new super card type of game. It could be a new what's the name of that other game? Champions. It could be something like that. I really want them to show me like actual gameplay, an actual full match, so that I know what it is. You know. Uh-oh, these dogs are not social distancing.
Kick our asses anyways. Why don't we fight each other? Let's have a good old-fashioned Manitoba melee, huh? What do you say?
Manitoba melee.
I like it. This is gonna hurt, but it's gonna make the inner circle stronger than ever.
Hell yeah, guys! Can I start the fight?
You know you didn't win the Fin Flam. You know what? How about this?
Dude, they're beating each other up through the phone.
Yep.
It's the bubbly bunch, guys. What the heck? They hit the librarian? Librarian's part of this? Hit him with a book. Oh. Now they hit Jungle Boy. Hey! Sonny Kiss! Luther? Let's go. Through the phone. It's the new way to do things. Oh, how dare you. Is that the Incredible Hulk? Now he's shocking him through the phone. Who's that? Chris Jericho's son? Look like Chris Jericho. I don't know who half these guys are. Yo, was that Jason? That was! Jay and Silent Bob. Yo, they got some... Fluffy! They got some cameos here. Oh, he hit you with a bottle of Patron. What? Hornswoggle? Who's just got a garbage can lid? Excuse me?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Stop!
What the heck is going on? Vicky was on here too.
It was awesome. That was one of the best Manitoba melees I've ever been a part of.
That was pretty cool.
Long live the inner circle. See you guys later.
Aw, look at this cute little doggy.
Rigno?
Yeah, I think that was. Dude, that was the Hulk. That was the Hulk. I was right.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one.
Yo, Jimmy Havoc's gonna be on TV again? This might be the most times Jimmy Havoc has been on TV in a row since they started AEW. Jimmy Havoc is here. Chris Jericho is gone now. That bubbly bunch was actually pretty cool. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. It was like a fun-loving Wednesday of wrestling here. What's going on NXT right now?
Donate today at wish.org.
Showing some Make-A-Wish stuff. It's like great organization.
WWE and Make-A-Wish to help bring strength and hope to
Kip
Wish
and
kids.
Havoc,
Help us
heck yeah,
make
dude.
every wish come true. Donate at wish.org/WWE.
That's the song right there.
Per
Adam
General
Cole.
Manager William Regal. It looks like next week we're gonna get the Velveteen Dream versus Adam Cole for my NXT Championship. The fact is, I am the reality here in NXT. The Velveteen Dream,
Baby!
he's an experience that nobody ever wanted. And I stand by the fact that the Velveteen Dream, he doesn't deserve a shot at my NXT Championship, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show up as NXT Champ. I am gonna show out as the greatest NXT champion there has ever been, and I'm gonna leave like I always do. The longest reigning NXT champion of all time. The Dream, it will be over, and there is nothing that Velveteen can do about it. And that's undisputed.
Where's all his friends at?
The much anticipated match.
Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream for the championship. Man, I don't know. Are we ready to see Adam Cole without this title? Think it's time for that? All right, here comes Mia Yim. We got like the extended.
The following contest.
Here she is. This is not for the title. I don't think it is. Is this for the title?
Jettison Jessie Kamea, NXT Women's Champion Charlotte Flair made her way down.
It's one of Irish's favorites. Irish loves Mia Yim and Liv Morgan. Both of them are like his how do I say it? Like they're like his guilty pleasures or something.
One of the most insulting things you
Off
can say to
off-brand pleasures. I don't know.
Charlotte Flair
Bound out, bound out. I don't think this is for the title. All right. Since I have pictures of both of these people, I'm gonna put them up on the HBC. All right, Mia. See if Mia can pull off this. This could be the biggest match of her. I wouldn't say career because I don't know exactly what she did before this, but probably wasn't wrestling Charlotte freaking Flair. So I'm gonna say probably. All right, let's get over here to a little AEW. So it's the Best Friends with Orange Cassidy versus Jimmy Havoc, Kip Sabian, and Penelope Ford. Penelope Ford is at ringside, as well as Orange Cassidy, but they've already created a chaos out of the ringside area. Spear by Trent.
He took a bullet for
saves Chuck Taylor from catching a chair from Jimmy Havoc.
The chairs in the back and everything else.
Oh goodness! Chuck Taylor got suplexed on the outside on top of a pile of chairs.
Over the top, he goes Kip Sabian.
Kip Sabian flying.
About that one on Trent's knee pads there. You can see the illustrious Mr. Murray.
He put Bill Murray on his knee pad.
Maybe it's his dad.
What's up with that? Trent Murray. Maybe that's his dad. Oh my goodness. Should have been for the title. I don't know. What does Mia won to deserve a title shot?
Jimmy Havoc is just relentless, reckless. He doesn't care.
It's his type of match, man. It really is. And there goes.
It really is. Yeah, you can see that.
5-6 years she's grown up. She's gained experience. That should leave Charlotte Flair worried.
Taking a second to watch this Charlotte Flair versus Mia Yim match. See how it's going over here.
Knife edge chop a la her.
Which show am I enjoying? Both of them, man. There hasn't been an episode of AEW or NXT in the past like month or two that I haven't enjoyed. They do some weird stuff on each show that I don't necessarily agree with, but I've been enjoying them both. Like Wednesdays are incredible days to watch wrestling.
Shoulder into the midsection, rolling up Yim for a quick 2 count. And Yim avoiding the big boot.
Speaking of quick, there's those strikes.
Okay.
Hard as concrete.
Mia Yim with a Muay Thai and Taekwondo background, and it's on full display. And there's that rolling cannonball into the corner.
Cannonball senton by Mia Yim in the corner. Charlotte Flair having a little bit of troubles right now. DDTs are on top of her head.
DDT by Mia Yim goes for the cover, and Flair able to kick out, but Mia
1.5 count on Charlotte.
Showing Charlotte Flair that she talks about levels. Well, Mia Yim again on a whole new level in this matchup. Oh, but she
stiff back elbow by Charlotte.
Flair's gonna have to turn up
now
that
Mia stopped dead in her tracks.
Keep Mia Yim down, one of the most resilient women in
Havoc Sabuing Cassidy? What do you mean Sabuing? I've seen Sabu do like a million things. What is considered a Sabu?
Oh, there's a little creativity by Yim right there.
And Mia Yim looking to take advantages. Yim now going to utilize the real estate, but she is countered with a right hand, a vicious right hand by Charlotte Flair.
How fast does Dub drive?
So the right hand sends us to commercial break. All right, let's get back to AEW.
Right now dominating this matchup.
Vicious kick to the stomach, throwing the ladder down.
Goodness gracious. Like this guy. Jimmy Havoc. I like Jimmy Havoc a lot.
I like Jimmy Havoc.
Are you recruiting?
I don't know if he's not good looking enough for the inner circle. We got a certain, you know,
Once she beats her, it's all up to Io, Dakota, or Candice. Io's got a title shot coming up, doesn't she? She won that ladder match that was supposed to get her a title shot versus Charlotte, I think.
Look at these. Look at the commiserating in the corner. Shoots him in. Oh! Too much time.
I think NXT is boring and AEW is better. Hey, everybody's got opinions. I think they're both good shows. I think we're lucky to have both of these shows. Without both of these shows, we'd be sitting here watching Raw and SmackDown all the time. And we know that those shows, across the board, most of the time have not been better than NXT or AEW. So, say we're lucky to have both AEW and NXT.
What does he have in mind?
I don't know, maybe
Sabu just throws a chair at someone. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think. I'm like, dude, I've seen Sabu do a lot of stuff to people. I don't know what would be considered like his signature move.
Here we go. Oh, too much time. And he hit the top. And Jimmy still got a chair. Now hit him with it. Don't
Ouch. Dude, Kip Sabian just basically powerbombed himself in the corner on top of a chair.
There's no rules.
This is one heck of a chaos match here. Knee right to the face. Well, right to the chair, right to the face of Jimmy Havoc.
Here we go. Looks like kind of a double chair. Oh! Havoc with enough wherewithal to protect his head as both those chairs can grow. And there you go.
Yeah, got to give the people what they want.
But look, they're flat handling, and look what happens now.
And the hug. Best friends do the hug. Wow. Snapdragon suplex and a heat defeat. Dang, he's still kicked out of that?
Conspicuous by her absence.
Kip Sabian still kicked out of what could be considered a finishing a tag team maneuver.
She's very devious.
Boy, is she ever. She is
I like that.
Time and time again.
Chucking wedges the
Uh-oh, we got a chair wedge.
wedges the chair in there.
Chair wedged in the corner. Chuck Taylor looking for some extra damage to Kip Sabian. Ooh.
Missed the roundhouse right. Falls from behind. Watch that.
Yep. Well, there you go.
Chairs here, chairs there, ladders.
My goodness. Chuck Taylor ends up eating the chair that he introduced.
No rules, no DQ. Big giant DDT.
Yes, sir. Running up the turnbuckles to the top of the DDT.
Did you call him the Trent Buckle?
We've seen a lot of Trent over the last few weeks here in Dynamite. He's very impressive.
Yes, he is.
He's got star quality written all over him.
He really does. And
When NXT didn't have a lot of segments as bad. Yeah, it was by the books. It was a wrestling show. It doesn't mean it was bad though. They had good matches.
Havoc makes a save. Smart tag team moves there. It's more like a
But the entertainment value was a little bit lower when it comes to like an overall wrestling show. That's for sure. All right, back to Charlotte. Back to Charlotte versus Mia Yim here.
The rope and the
See what's
referee
going on.
forcing the break, and she's trying to break the indefatigable fighting spirit of the HBIC.
Ooh. Dude, just a battering chop to the chest of Mia Yim.
And the skin.
Dude, I felt that just hollow thud.
Far from the tree, and Charlotte Flair now putting the sword
Stretch her neck.
maybe taking a page out of Mia Yim's playbook and maybe taunting
Charlotte's
her
in
with
full
her own
control
brand
over
of
here.
soul food there, Tom.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Mia Yim's in a world of trouble right now. She's finding out why Charlotte Flair is the woman in all of WWE.
Why is this match better than any chairs match I've seen? Dude, because the people involved, they want to make it happen. You can tell that there's a want.
All competitors.
You can tell that they want for it to be good.
NXT's
A lot of times chair matches, like straight chair matches just become such a gimmick, but here there's like a, I would say more of a,
kick to the face and another kick by Mia Yim.
like it's introduced the way they want to introduce it instead of just, oh, this has chairs.
Can she get the other boot up? There she is. She's got it locked.
Mia Yim with the stretch was like a backwards tarantula.
The tarantula, and now it's Mia Yim.
I went for the hair.
A handful of hair by Flair.
Ouch. Dang, Charlotte knows how to use
Flair
these elbows,
chopping
man.
down Mia Yim to the mat.
Eviscerating elbow strikes by the Queen, Charlotte Flair.
Hope she sends her to the back of the line. Yeah, I don't know. She's been put pretty high up the fight card for not a whole lot of reasons that I've seen.
Ferocious forearm, and it's
Dang.
Flair imploring Yim.
Goodness gracious, Charlotte. Charlotte really giving her the what for over here.
The trash talk continues.
Oh my goodness. Dude, Jimmy Havoc just got scoop slammed on top of a chair that was upside down with the legs up in the air. Oh, and now a tombstone. Oh, no, not a tombstone, just a regular pile driver on top.
For Charlotte Flair, NXT Women's Champion.
Penelope Ford breaking up the pin over here.
What a response by the Queen in the corner. Takes one of the best shots of Mia Yim. She shakes it off and just bashes the HPIC into the turnbuckle.
Oh, goodness, dude.
A valiant
Scoop,
effort by
body
Mia Yim,
slammed
shut
Jimmy
down
Havoc
by
on
the
top
Queen,
of a
and
chair
she
over
may
here.
be looking
This
for
is
that
savagery.
patented moonsault.
Yeah, this match is
Mia
crazy.
Yim cuts her off at the pass, sends her crashing face first to the canvas. Yim with the cold blow, the cover, shoulders down, and a 2 count. Wow,
Cold blue is not
Mia
enough
Yim
to put Charlotte down.
to knocking off the NXT Women's Champ.
You see Charlotte.
This is another one of those matches where it's like, dude, are you serious? This should have been over probably right about now, if anything. What was that? Oh my goodness. All right. Hang on. What is this? Jimmy Havoc. What are you doing? Don't do this. Orange Cassidy is back, and he saves Chuck Taylor from possible destruction at the hands of Jimmy Havoc. Why wasn't this just a 3-on-3 match? Are they that scared of like intergender action that they couldn't just make this a 3-on-3? Penelope Ford off the. Oh, and Penelope Ford spears her own boyfriend. Orange Cassidy got out of the way here and made Penelope Ford run straight into her boyfriend or husband. Yeah, Yim being overbooked. Same thing I was complaining about earlier. It's like, oh, you're the best? Are you really the best? Because that's what you're telling me right now. What was that? Orange Cassidy, what was that? That just looked like somebody who watches wrestling just ran up here and jumped. Oh my goodness, running tombstone. Wow. That was a good match. That was a really good match right there. All right, is the Mia Yim match over yet? Okay, thank you.
I think she learned a thing or two about this newest crop of NXT women.
Okay. Dude, I was about to say, if this Charlotte and Mia Yim match would have lasted 5 more minutes, I would have really flipped my lid like I did with the Cody match. It's like, are you the best or not, man? Get them out of here. I know you're trying to tell a story, but it doesn't have to be a long match to tell a story. You can make it so like the person you're trying to make look good just catches the heelish champion or the person who's supposed to be the best. They just catch them with something they weren't expecting because they're overzealous or they're overconfident, you know. And then the person you're trying to make look good just kind of catches them with something or hits them with their finisher out of nowhere, and they almost beat the champion in like 5 minutes, and then the champion just puts them away because they figure it out. They're like, yo, okay, I see what you're about. Don't make it a 20-minute match to try to get somebody to look good, because all you're doing is you're making the person who you already worked so hard to make look good. Now you're making them look less good at the expense of somebody that we don't know is good yet. And you can't make them look good just off the back of somebody else you've already worked so hard on, unless you just do it that way. You've got to do it the right way, or else you're devaluing the devastation that you've built up for the person that already is in that spot. And Io Shirai comes out and gives Charlotte a look at the end, and that's about it for that. What's this? Uh-oh.
You can't stop what is unstoppable.
Uh-oh, we got a package for the new signees.
Time's up. The clock stops.
She should have won.
NXT. Far
TikTok. Next week, we will have the new signees on the docket, on the NXT fight card, or not on the fight card, but just on the card somewhere somehow. That's gonna be awesome. Ty Dillinger's on AEW. How? He's been on AEW for like over a year now. He's been with AEW for over a year now. He left WWE and now he's over here. Yim is the best. I don't care. You just like her. She's not the best. She's the best to you, but she's not the best at wrestling, and she's definitely not the best on the mic either. She's got a cool look to her, and from what I know, she's a pretty dang cool person, and she loves the business, but she's not the best. That is for sure, dude. Bianca Belair is a better wrestler than her already, and Bianca Belair has been doing it like half the time Mia Yim has done it. Who else is better than her? Charlotte's definitely a better wrestler than Mia Yim. We just saw that. Candice LeRae, she hasn't shown it a whole lot, but she is. If you look it up, you'll see there are a lot of people who are better than Mia Yim at wrestling. Doesn't mean she's bad. She's just not the best. It's like me. I mean, I love Goldberg. To me, he's my favorite of all time, but he's not the best. He's nowhere near the best. There are people better than him at wrestling who just started wrestling like a couple years ago. She's got a great look, and from what I hear, she's a great person, and she's continuously improving. She's doing better matches now than even a couple months ago. So she's definitely putting in the wrench time, and she could get better. But the best, man, I don't know about that. I'm glad you like her though, man. I'm glad you like her. I want to see Ace Austin. Who's Ace Austin? What company does Ace Austin work for? Not much time on the clock. Yeah, the TikTok is coming to an end. TikTok is winding down. We're gonna see who it is next time. Yo, host Hogan? H bro, what's up, man? Where you been, Chris? No, Chris was. What he's saying is you didn't know that Sean Spears is on AEW. I don't think Chris watches a lot of AEW. He didn't. He asked me earlier what channel it was on, so I don't think he's seen a lot of it. What do I think about Killer Cross next week? Killer Cross. Oh, the person who used to be Killer Cross. Now they have a new name now. I forgot what people told me the name is. I don't know. I've seen like one Killer Cross match, and it was okay, but it was, I don't know. I gotta see more of them. I think it's a really cool way to introduce them the way that they did it. And especially jumping straight into what I'm assuming is going to be a feud with Tommaso Ciampa. I mean, you could do worse. You could do worse of a intro. So I'm excited to see what they do with Tommaso because I trust Tommaso. I don't know what else to really think about it.
Really got my neck. I'm sorry, I haven't fully evaluated her yet.
Uh-oh. We're backstage with Candice LeRae, the new Candice LeRae.
From now on,
Candice Gargano.
this is a new NXT. Get used to it.
Everyone will always be biased. No, they won't. No, they won't. New Zealand. I literally just told you. I said Goldberg is my favorite, but I don't think he's a good wrestler. That's not a bias. That's just literally like in the grand scheme of things. I loved what he did in the wrestling business. I loved the way they booked him, and I loved the hype that he provided. But I don't think he's a good wrestler.
With Velveteen Dream
There's nothing biased about that.
We do not have any further information on who
The
perpetrated
disappearance
this
of
attack
Finn
on
Balor.
But we do know this: the Prince is furious and intends to.
What happened with Finn Balor? Will he actually be here next week? We shall see. Mrs. Gargano, yeah, Candice Gargano. That's what I'm gonna call her. Ace Austin wrestles for Impact. That sounds like a Impact name. Ace Austin. Is he a cruiserweight? Is he a big guy? What does he do? kind of wrestling does he do? Uh-oh, the Dexter Loomis sighting of the evening. Stranger Things, here it comes.
One fall. Introducing first, from Recluse, Wyoming, weighing in at 239 pounds, Dexter Loomis.
Stranger Loomis things. You love that he ended Brett's career? No, but what does that have to do with how much I like somebody, dude? If you went out right now and you got in a car accident and then somebody got hurt in a car accident, does that mean I like you less? Like, accidents happen. Bad things happen, man. It's wrestling. Who doesn't get injured? It happens, man. Doesn't mean that I like people less. It doesn't mean that I have less of like a hype for the things that they did right in their career, or the way that they were presented. It has nothing to do with the bias. I don't think that defines him as a superstar at all. And when you put your trust in somebody's hands like that, you know it's wrestling. Bad things can happen, dude, especially if he's not a good wrestler. Shane Thorne, Shane Thorne's getting a lot of TV time this week. He's really fluid. Is he a cruiserweight, or is he a he's like a white Leo Rush? Oh, okay, well then I definitely want to see that. I like Leo's speed in the ring. Leo's really, really fluid as well. Dang, dude, where's Leo gonna end up? There's no way AEW can pick up all the people that got released from WWE recently. Shane Thorne. All right, so we got Shawn Spears on one channel versus.
But look at Shawn Spears here as he gets ready to put on his game face against Baron Black.
Well, Baron Black.
Here. Baron Black looks
wearing a Legend of Zelda shirt. Okay, I think I'm gonna watch Dexter Loomis.
In question, crushingly powerful, sadistically methodical,
Dexter versus
and completely
Shane Thorne.
unorthodox, to say the least.
Mario,
Kinda
let's talk
out of
about
nowhere.
unorthodox. How about last week's main event matchup where we saw Dexter Loomis get involved in the matchup, even though he wasn't legally part of the matchup? Remember, the North American champion Keith Lee was assaulted by Damien Priest. Velveteen Dream was happy to go it alone.
One half of TM61, yeah. What happened to the other guy?
Up on the apron and got involved.
Yeah, and wiped out the Undisputed Era, helping Velveteen Dream pin Adam Cole as Loomis nails the Luthez press on Shane Thorne.
And you guys notice these unusual reactions Loomis had to being striked. It was almost like he was impervious to the pain, or, slightly enjoyed it almost.
Dexter got him in the corner. Oh my goodness. Devastating liver punch.
With those vicious right hands as Shane Thorne drops to a knee, desperate to take a breather.
People actually watching AEW.
Smart move by
No, your history books are all kinds of off, dude. There was a period of time where TNA was getting like double the viewership that AEW is getting right now. They should hope to get to the level that TNA was at one point. They're cool now, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, your history books are a little off, man. TNA has been like super close to being on top of the wrestling world a couple times.
Compact physique, explosive
in terms of the talent they had working for them, the storylines, like the overall prestige of the promotion, there were times where TNA was making WWE sweat a little bit.
Tries to put Dexter Loomis down, but Loomis showing off his resiliency.
You know about TNA, so what are you saying? You're saying that you're saying people actually watch AEW, but less people watch AEW now than used to watch TNA. So why would they wish that? Why would they? How are they better?
While the iron is hot, Thorne's got to keep up that momentum.
You were watching it then, exactly. So how is it any different?
Dexter Loomis to get back up to his feet. Thorne measuring Loomis.
They're doing better now, but that doesn't mean that all together that people are actually watching it now. It means TNA wasn't there.
Buster, feeling the full effects of
Goodness gracious, the spine buster of Dexter
Loomis.
Dude, splatterhousing Shane Thorne.
Almost stalking his prey.
Actually got good wrestlers, so AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, freaking Christian, Hulk Hogan, Sting,
Dexter Lumis bringing
who else, dude? It just goes on and on. Moose ain't good. Freaking, who else? They've had like everybody. Ric Flair, like, come on, man. Come on, man. But that's what I'm saying. You're saying so you're saying like right now AEW is better than TNA. Yeah, they're better than TNA right now. I'll concede that. You're right, Mo. They're better than TNA right now.
Oh, Thorne trying desperately to stay in the match, but it appears to be lights out for Shane
That's
Thorne.
done. He put him to sleep.
Referee calls for the bell. Dexter Lumis
Here is your
picks up
winner,
the win.
Dexter Lumis.
Dude, I love that Dexter has a submission finisher. I love that. That's such a good thing for his personality. I love him, like that vision, that visual of him just putting people to sleep. Okay, you're talking about now. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know you were talking about now. I thought you were just talking about you, because the way you said it, you were like, oh, people actually watch AEW, and I'm like, dude, they used to watch TNA more than AEW. But then again, wrestling was a little different back then too. So I see what you're saying. If you're talking about right now, then yeah. But TNA made some really bad decisions, man. Bad decisions. Then again, every wrestling company makes bad decisions. Just AEW hasn't been around long enough to make those like really bad decisions yet, but they will. Every wrestling company does it, man, because there's a lot of egos and there's a lot of people running things in a lot of these situations that really don't have the best the benefit of the industry in their best interest. Sometimes it seems like people care a little bit more about their own career or their own legacy over what's best for the entirety of wrestling. So it'll happen. It'll happen. Arguably, they've already done it by putting this title on Moxley. They've already kind of made a mistake there because it's not doing anything for the belt and it's not doing anything for Moxley. Moxley arguably is less cool now. But it's giving Jericho, I mean, what was the point? Jericho's around every day, so it wasn't even that they needed to take the title off of him that quickly. So arguably they've already made mistakes, but just not the like huge mistakes that you know about in the WWF, WWE library, the WCW library, the TNA Impact library, the Ring of Honor library. They're just like these huge wrestling companies. You know that they've made these like humongous mistakes, and someday AEW is gonna have those. They're gonna have that documentary that's gonna show what AEW did right and what they did wrong. I'm glad they try that Monday Night Wars thing. Yeah, that's exactly. That's one of the good things about AEW is they do seem to be learning from the mistakes of other companies in the past as well. We got commercials. Who's that guy talking to him? I like the AJ Styles storyline. AEW to TNA when they used to pick up all the old WWE superstars. Yeah. Let's just hope that AEW will do something similar to that, because some of the way they used some of the ex WWE guys and WCW guys was incredible. Some of the way they used them actually helped TNA to look like a great alternative. And I'd kind of say AEW is doing the same thing, because everybody who used to be a WWE superstar is just kind of like all the way at the top. Look, even Jake Hager got a world title shot. It's like if you came from WWE, they're gonna hook you up. Already got Matt Hardy teleporting around the arena. They already got Jake Hager a title shot, a world title shot, off of what, like 2 wins? Was he like 2-0 and they gave him a title shot? Moxley, Jericho. The only person out of the WWE draft class who hasn't been at like the tippy top already is Shawn Spears. That's basically it. everybody else has been there. Even Dustin Rhodes is in the TNT title tournament. So I don't know, man. It's almost like we are watching WWE sometimes. It's just they've made some of the guys who weren't getting the biggest shots, now they are. Dude, Marco Stunt is gonna get smashed tonight. What do you think is gonna happen? Do you think they're gonna give Marco Stunt a run at Brodie Lee? I really hope not.
Because of the height of Archer,
9 feet. Oh, I love this. See, they're actually breaking down the finisher. Yo, they're doing the thing. Leo should go to NWA. Oh yes, that would be so awesome. Or Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor would be great.
Looking down towards the area he wants Cabana to land and drives him right to that spot. Look at the fear of Cabana's.
Dude, I love this.
High in the air by this monstrous, huge man, the Murder Hawk monster. I'll tell you, if Dustin Rhodes finds himself that high.
Dude, this is awesome. This is what they said they were gonna do. Remember when they first started talking about AEW? Oh, AEW is the thing, man. We're gonna have wins and losses matter. We're gonna break down like what finishers do to people. We're gonna show you the people's like statistics and everything. They said they were gonna do that, and this might be the first time I've actually seen them do it. I hope they do that more. That would be so awesome. Breaking down people's finishers, showing like the angle they put you at, why all the force is destroying you and making you unable to kick out, or what it's doing to your body, like how it's disabling your central nervous system. Like, just do it, man. I like that. Backstage.
Right now, I don't believe.
With Marco Stunt.
He's not scared of anything, but there's a fine line between courage and stupidity, and Marco is walking
Broke down
on
Jack
that
Evans 630, did he?
You know,
oh, that's
part
cool.
Of this great trio,
I didn't see that.
Due to unfortunate circumstances, my teammates aren't allowed to be here right now. And so I stepped up to the plate. I've got a job to do, and that's exactly what I'm going to go do, regardless of what it is.
Backstage with Keith Lee as well. I'd kind of rather hear what Marco Stunt's saying right now, because this might be the last time I hear from him.
You ask how much I can take. A lot more than that.
He did say he feels like he doesn't belong, though.
The following contest is set for one fall with a...
Wait a minute. Marco Stunt did just say he feels like he doesn't belong. So maybe Brodie Lee is gonna recruit Marco Stunt into the Dark Order. Mr. Fun Size is his nickname. Oh boy. Oh boy. That would be a great outcome for this match. Like, he's about to destroy him, and then he just like picks him up and he hands him a mask or something. That would be a cool outcome. I'd be okay with that. By the way, Shane Thorne got choked out. That's why I was talking about the submission maneuver of Dexter Lumis. Dude, I don't know what they're gonna be doing with Dexter Lumis, but he's gotta be close to getting after one of these titles. He's already looking so devastating. Tony Nese went back to NXT. Yeah. Dude, NXT's better than 205 Live, though. So I don't think that's actually a demotion. Which show would you rather be on? If you had a choice right now, Mo, and I was like, yo, Mo, you can go to one show right now. You can go to NXT or 205 Live. Where do you want to go? Where would you be at? I don't think that's really a demotion, man. Plus, they're holding the Cruiserweight Championship at NXT, so it's like, where else would he be? All right, we got Luke Harper. Which one have more money? There you go. I mean, you know where you'd go. Oh, Mo, we watched the thing, what was it, last night? I think it was 2 nights ago. We watched a thing about Navy chefs, and wanted to ask you about it. It was really cool. It was really fun.
He was a caged animal for years. He's been unleashed.
All right, here we go, guys.
He's got an entire force behind him.
Brodie Lee versus Marco Stunt.
It could be anywhere.
NXT still a downgrade to you? I thought you said you care about the ratings. You see how many people watch 205 Live in comparison to NXT?
I wouldn't be slapping him in the face.
NXT gets more ratings, Mo. Oh my goodness. Giannis. It's on the NXT network, though. I mean, the WWE network. Giannis.
That's the thing about the Dark Order as well, Tony. You never know who could be a member.
Giannis is the best in the world? Giannis, thank you so much for the bid.
He needs a voice. You're the voice of AEW. Hey, where's Jim Ross this week? Jim Ross could be part of the Dark Order. Well,
Oh my goodness. 30 bits. Giannis, thank you so much. As expected, Marco Stunt is getting tossed around this ring by Brodie Lee. Brodie Lee just picked him up like he weighed nothing and tossed him. Oh my goodness. It was like a half suplex toss and threw him all the way across the ring. I'm talking about from one corner to the other. Brodie Lee. Come on, take it easy, man. JR in the Dark Order? Yes. Gritty is the best in the world. No, you. Marco going for a suicide dive. Oh my goodness. Super kicked the chin off of Marco Stunt.
And he is a great competitor inside that ring.
Jim Ross in the Dark Order, that'd be good. You'd always be able to tell which one is him.
He's very eloquent. You would never have guessed that in the past.
Brodie Lee's giving him a chance to be counted out. He's trying to let him leave with a little bit of dignity. Ref is up to a 5 count.
Leader of a cult, which makes him very, very scary. That's right. And dangerous.
More dangerous than ever before.
That's right.
Up to 7 on the count. The Dark Order likes JR's barbecue sauce. 9?
Here he comes back in the ring. Marco got in there. Within the 10
What?
count,
Oh, dude, I don't know if he made it.
just by the hair, ragdolling him now. Oh my gosh. Picks him. Oh God! Marco lands on his feet. So you never know what's going on with this little guy.
Dude, nice backflip. Uh-oh, here comes the Marco comeback.
That was, how devastating.
Goodness gracious, deep 6 sidewalk slam. Dude, that's a very deep 6. I'm not climbing out of there.
He is firing up to do some more damage. Oh, jeez. That's it. Stay down. Sit out. Stay down.
Dude, that's done with. Brodie Lee wins. He just played with him. End of days. Oh my goodness. I'll be your Mo. Mo of days. Dude, Mo. Thank you for the bid. Thank you. Destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. But that actually was a good match that lasted a little bit longer than it should have. But it was because the other person was playing with them. It wasn't because the match all of a sudden became this long-winded, competitive show between two people who might actually be equal. That's not what happened. It was Brodie Lee just playing around with his food. Uh-oh, Moxley.
I don't have words to describe the gratitude that I have.
That seems like a lifetime ago.
Toward the entire AEW family.
What the hell happened? Now instead of screaming your lungs out at a live AEW event, you're watching safely from your home, and we thank you for that. Tough times never last forever, and I promise, one.
We got Jon Mox. Dude, Mo of days. The deep 8. Yeah, it was pretty much deep 8.
Wife, because it takes a hell of a woman to be stuck in the house with me for weeks on end. Thankful for steel chairs, because there's a general rule of thumb. A DDT on a steel chair is always better than not on a steel chair. I guess they didn't teach that concept in the wrestling room at Oklahoma University, did they, bitch?
Ooh, talking that trash.
Well, most of all, at AEW.
Yeah, both these shows are on fire tonight. I like it.
And circumstances aside, I've still got a job to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the dogs in the truck. I'm going to load Big Platinum here in the truck, throw a few bottles and a few Metallica CDs in the truck, and I'm going to head east. And I will be live at AEW Dynamite next week. I understand that with Double or Nothing coming up, I got a big target on my back. But before anybody gets their face broken or their arm broken or they get choked unconscious or hit in the head with a steel chair, they get a thumbtack shoved in their eyeball, please remember, when you step up to the world champion, you do so at your own risk. But this is a time of togetherness. Be nice to your neighbor. Support your local businesses by ordering takeout. And most importantly,
by ordering takeout.
Is everybody paying attention? Don't forget to call your grandmother.
Up next in our main event, only one man can move on to the TNT Championship Tournament. Chris Jericho, who will it be?
Okay, Mox. All right, Mox. I like it. Dude. Don't forget to call your grandma. Okay, Mox, you got me, man. You got me hype off of that. I thought he was gonna say, most importantly, stay the F out of my way. But the grandmother thing was better. Oh man. Oh, we got Drake Maverick. Drake Maverick versus
I am not a fan of these
Tony Nese.
antics by Tony Nese.
Oh, look at Maverick.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's getting
Drake
hyped.
Maverick has had enough of Tony Nese's trash talking. Tony Nese's disrespect to Nese.
Tony Ab.
Realizing that Drake Maverick, he's not going to take it anymore. Maverick mauling Nese.
Drake Maverick.
Maverick over the edge.
Hey, come on, Drake. This ain't for you. You gotta let him out there. Come on.
Maverick's got to be careful here.
Look at my Drake
If he
Maverick.
continues this, he could get disqualified.
NXT Cruiserweight Champion Jordan Devlin tweeting that he
I don't have my
feels
Drake
that this
Maverick?
tournament is a sham, that he is the rightful Cruiserweight Champion, but travel restrictions
There he is.
precluding him from participating. Drake Maverick fighting for his
Not
very
the best
career
picture,
in
but
WWE, putting everything
it's
behind
him.
that missile dropkick.
These two men beg to differ with Devlin and...
Oh, he's going for that sliced bread in the
Going for
corner.
Corner cutter, but eats the back elbow of Nese.
Drake Maverick. Let's go, Maverick. That promo was good, man. I liked it.
German suplex. The back of Maverick's neck hitting the turnbuckle, Beth.
Well, it was good while it lasted.
Julius,
but
really?
Maverick's
NXT
momentum
sucks?
has been shut
Really?
down.
Why? Why does NXT suck?
Uh-oh.
Can you
Nese
state some
exposing
reason?
the bone of the knee.
I'm going to call shenanigans on that, unless you can give me some reason.
Pulling down that protective knee pad. What's he got in mind here?
Oh my goodness. Running knees. No. Oh, right to the turnbuckle. Drake Maverick out of the way. Sliced bread. Oh, no. Corner cutter. Dude, this might be over with. No, Tony Nese kicked out.
Close to picking up his first win in the tournament.
Did you see the bro show?
You see the look of shock on Maverick's face.
Let's go, Maverick.
But this is no time to stop.
Drake Maverick sensing victory is nigh, sensing an opportunity to continue his fight to remain in WWE. Maverick misses with the diving elbow.
Drake Maverick goes
That
for an
impact
elbow,
to
but
the forearm and elbow. You see Maverick trying to
crushes
shake
his
off
own
the pain.
elbow. Tony
Maverick
Nese.
may have injured
Top rope.
his
450?
right
No.
arm, and there's Tony Nese was looking for the 450,
Drake Maverick
but
able
he
to
gets
take him
crushed
down.
on the top turnbuckle.
Got credit carded.
There is no quit in Drake Maverick.
Have you ever gotten credit carded when you're on a skateboard, guys? That sucks a lot.
Willing to do whatever it takes.
Drake Maverick.
Maverick looking for his first win in the NXT
Yo, top rope.
tournament. Diving
Wheelbarrow
bulldog on the
bulldog?
turnbuckle. The cover.
That's done. Drake wins.
Maverick has done it. Drake Maverick has
Here is
done
your
it.
winner, Drake Maverick.
Oh. Drakely Maverick? Drakely Maverick wins. Okay, that was good. That was good. I'm actually pretty hype about that. Dude, both of these shows are just doing it today. I'm liking both of these.
The following contest
Uh-oh.
is in the TNT Championship Tournament.
Oh boy. Murder Hawk's entrance is him beating somebody up through the announce through the announce way, or not the announce way, the entrance way. He just socks some dude. Nice entrance. Holy moly. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. All right, Lance Archer is here. Drake Maverick just won. Tony Nese took the fall. Wheelbarrow Bulldog off the top rope. That was pretty nice. All right, so we got Blood Dust versus Murder Hawk. sounds like some backyard wrestling right there. Where's he at? There he is. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
I gotta give Brandy credit for coming out here, even though she was.
Dude, I gotta get him. They're obviously gonna have him on TV a little bit more. Let's see here. Sure, let's use this one. All right. Okay. What we got going on over here? Okay. On NXT, they're showing all the stuff that that Damien Priest has done to Keith Lee. And they went to commercial. All right, here we go.
Jake was a very big, very tall guy, was able to use his frame and his bulk to his success, and had a mean streak. It was...
And mentally,
yeah,
psychologically, he was always a step ahead. Sure, and if he can impart that type of wisdom into Lance Archer, who knows what can happen to this man? Who knows how far he can go here in AEW?
Here we're seeing Archer once again. When he gets a fist to the face, he smiles.
He does. But you know what? So would Dustin Rhodes. As much as I don't like him, his family.
As much as I don't like him or his family.
Nightmare Collective, etc., etc. I would never underestimate Dustin Rhodes in the ring, ever.
Are they really going to do a Double or Nothing rematch at Double or Nothing? Which Double or Nothing rematch are they doing? Sammy and Jericho versus Hardy and Omega? Is that a rematch?
Randy out there trying to give him a little bit. The advice that Jake the Snake Roberts is giving to Lance Archer.
Trying to keep it within the family. The winner will face Cody for the TNT Championship at Double or Nothing.
Watch Dustin.
Let me put Lance Archer in the right place alphabetically.
See, he knew that, well, he tried to go down for the Rhodes punch and it got caught.
One of the biggest matches ever.
Jeez, man. You hear this, Matt?
Dynamite in Dynamite's history.
Look at Dustin here.
Oh boy.
This guy's actually putting some weight on this mat.
Took Archer off his feet.
Whoa, whoa.
Dustin is doing these things with
Dustin Rhodes with a weird front flip senton. Didn't quite get all of it off the apron.
He's motivated. He could win this match, Tony.
The championship match coming up at Double or Nothing. Who's it going to be?
Look at Archer. Pacing back and forth.
And I think Dustin's doing the right thing here. Stay away.
Look at that.
All right. Lance back at it.
I mean, listen, Cody and Dustin, like we said, had a classic match, and they're not going to pull any.
Dustin definitely showing some striking power here against Lance Archer.
Look at that, tried for the power slam, didn't work.
All right, there we go.
And Dustin goes right across the ring.
Holy moly!
Aubrey Edwards like a bowling pin and rolls to the floor.
What do you think was going through Brandy's mind? I mean, if she's the manager here of Dustin, but if Dustin wins,
who the heck is
Dustin
Kaz?
will go up against her husband.
She's torn in between her husband versus brother-in-law. Listen, right now she's doing the best that she can to give advice.
Who the heck is Kaz?
Right now, she's
Frankie Kazarian?
And getting the hell out of Lance Archer's way.
I agree with that. And Lance, oh my God.
Going under the ring, and there's a chair. I'll tell you what, if he whacks Dustin Rhodes with that chair,
Oh,
take
man.
his block off.
Is that a disqualification if you hit somebody with a chair in this tournament? I think these are normal matches. I don't think you should be grabbing chairs.
These matches, kick to the face, and that caught him in the face.
That caught him, yeah, right flush.
That caught him in the face.
Right in the forehead.
That did not catch him in the forehead.
His head. Looks like some kind of an evil turban or some sort of accoutrement.
Accoutrement? It's evil.
Who the heck is Kaz? Frankie Kazarian? Who's Kaz?
He'll take a swing at anybody. Dustin has not been able to get up. The referee was checking. Aubrey Edwards, he got that chair hitting flush in the forehead.
He's just taking his time, too. He has no, oh, my goodness.
Oh, the chair opened up.
I told you he caught him.
Yeah, you're right.
I told you he caught him.
The chair opened up the forehead.
Uh-oh.
Just like when Jon Moxley headbutted me in
Dustin
the face.
Rhodes, bleeding.
Cut me open. Same thing happened right there with that chair.
Dustin Rhodes is bloody.
Yes, you were. You
And
when the fight started.
Brandy Rhodes took the time to change clothes between matches.
Dustin, I don't know if Dustin can continue or not.
Frankie Kazarian versus Moxley? What?
Here on Dynamite, stay tuned.
That's what I was thinking you were talking about, but I don't remember them fighting. Yeah, there's blood. Blood Dust is bleeding. He's living up to his name. All right, and on NXT, we are starting the North American title match. Dude, he's got such a cool entrance. Damien Priest. Bum, 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 bum. Did they make him grow some facial hair this time? Frankie Kazarian versus Mox next week. I wonder what's going to happen there. What is that about? Where are you seeing this, by the way? Did they just announce that or what? How did you see that? I was just watching AEW. I didn't see that. North American title match is on the line. Gosh, man. This is a tough decision here. Because I do want to see who moves on to face off against Cody in the TNT title thing, but I also want to see this North American title match. Is that dude with the hat Cody Rhodes' brother? Yes. Yes, he is. Blood Dust. They announced it before the main event. Oh, okay. Keith can't really talk. You don't think he's good on promos? I think he's pretty okay on promos. It's just kind of corny. I don't think he's bad. I just feel like he's like his promos are from a different era. They feel like promos that would fit in pretty well back in like Ultimate Warrior times and stuff. The way he talks. It might just be like a nice little throwback, but yeah, I don't think he's the best on the mic. His in-ring work kind of evens it up a little bit, though. He's definitely one of the top stars they have. All right, I'll just put the title on the line here in the background, but I won't put the superstars. North American Championship. Where is it? Do I have it? I know I have it.
North American Championship. Introducing the challenger from New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damien Priest. And his opponent from Wichita Falls, Texas, weighing in at 340 pounds, he is the NXT North American Champion, Keith Lee.
Oh, bask in his glory.
The one thing that I'll commend Damien Priest for doing is that he has gotten in the head of Keith Lee like many opponents have yet to do.
True.
He said that Keith Lee was ducking him, and that's why Keith Lee is
Why is he
defending
named
North
Blood Dust?
American
Because
Championship
he used to be
against
Gold
other
Dust, and now his
competitors
outfit is
on this
red
brand.
instead of
We all know
gold,
it could be
so I
further
call
from
him
the
Blood
truth.
Dust.
Keith
I
Lee wants
call
to
him that.
compete
That's
against
not his
anybody,
real name. They
but
just call him
Damien Priest
Dustin Rhodes.
clearly has Keith Lee emotional coming into this fight. Is Lee completely
My
focused?
nickname. I come up with my own nicknames for superstars to make it funny.
On the line here, the main event.
All right,
Damien
we have
Priest
kicked off.
And Keith Lee trying to run over Priest early. And
Nice
there,
crossbody. Oh my goodness.
Damien Priest putting all of that
That might have hurt him.
across the rib cage.
Nice back elbow. Damien
We'll have
Priest.
to see what
Springboard.
Priest's strategy
Go for
is. It was
springboard.
massive
Disaster
early
kick.
on.
Lee with a
Ryder,
counter
thanks
right
for the host.
hand, clocking Priest on the side of the face. And
I've
Lee
been betting on the
looking
matches.
to
The
take advantage
bot's
of
been
his
broken for like months, man.
strength that he possesses, sending Damien Priest over the top rope with that crushing
The bot I used to
clothesline.
use for wagers got broken,
Goes to Keith Lee. Title can only change hands via pinfall
and
or
they never
submission inside the
fixed
ring,
it.
not via count out or disqualification.
So I'd have to set up betting through a different bot, and I just haven't done it yet.
Oh man!
It'll be back. It'll be back someday.
Interesting to see how they use their environment to their advantage.
Well, remember,
We'll be back.
Tom Phillips already said the only way that Priest can become champion is if he pins or submits.
What is up, Ryder? What's up?
But right now, Keith Lee showcasing
Jericho and Sammy
his
versus
strength
Hardy and Omega.
about to launch.
Oh my goodness, dude. He just tossed.
I can barely believe
Dude,
my eyes.
Keith Lee just military
Damien
press
Priest is a
toss.
6'7" competitor. Take a look at this show of
Wow!
Damian Priest all the way from outside the barricade to the ring apron. 1 second.
Keith Lee is a fully operational battle station.
The left hand into the midsection of Damien Priest, but Priest creating separation, and Keith Lee goes through the barricade. Is this the opportunity Damien Priest has always needed?
You might want to call the bomb squad.
Make it the fire department.
What happened to the seatbelt rule?
Wednesday nights on Bravo.
I'll tell you what, getting punched in the face is bad, but getting punched in that area, it can really wear you down as well.
He threw him off with that suplex, and there you see.
Look at that, the blood staining the mat. The blood of Dustin Rhodes is on Lance Archer's hands.
Look at Archer.
And he likes it that way.
Just driving the face. And now screaming at him.
It's hard to tell what part of that red on his face is blood and what part of it is face paint at this point.
And he may be going out right here.
He should go out and stay out.
And you see she has the gloves on.
Look at this, dropping his nose. The viciousness, and he's smiling. This man is impressive. He does not give a damn about anything.
I can imagine either man going to face Cody for the championship. It would be quite a fight. Dustin's got to fight from behind now. He's got to kick it into high gear.
Big punch. What's he going to do?
He's got, oh, Lordy.
No!
You know, regardless how big you are, there is a weak spot.
Oh, wow.
And there it was.
Wow, he caught him right there. I mean, that might be all you could do.
That's snap Mary over. I would agree.
And look, he still won't stay down.
You're right. He won't stay down.
That's the thing, exactly. He will not stay down. He's like Michael Myers in the first couple Halloween films. You cannot kill this man. You cannot even get this guy off his feet.
Boy, he lives and breathes Murder Hawk Monster, doesn't he?
It's one of the best nicknames I've ever heard.
Yes,
That's exactly
really
what he is. I don't know what a Murder Hawk Monster is until I saw Lance Archer. Now I know exactly what a Murder Hawk Monster is, and he's standing in the ring right there over Dustin Rhodes.
Let's see what Dustin has left here, if anything, against this man. The winner to go on to face Cody.
He needs to just
TNT.
give up, Schiavone.
No, he's not going to give up.
He needs to give up.
You know this family better than that. You know him better than that.
He just needs to give up
No,
already.
he's not. Oh, he's not going to give up.
Look at that. Stay down, Rhodes.
He may be out.
How calm this man is.
I know, it's like another day, just another match to him.
He's just standing around, just smiling, just like he's gonna do some dishes or something. He's barely even breaking a sweat.
And now as Brandy looks on in concern, we have to take another break. We're coming right back. The winner goes on to face Cody for the TNT Championship. Stay with us.
Rip his nose off.
No.
We love the new apartment.
The natural light is amazing.
Hardwood floors.
There is a bit of a clogging problem.
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our renters and car insurance.
Yeah, helping us save even more.
For bundling made easy, go to Geico.
Man, I gotta get some new tape. Oh. Dude, I gotta get some new tape over here. my green screen situation is doing whatever it feels like. Oh boy. All right, we back. North American Championship is back as well.
One to the limit and take the North American title.
Hope it stays up there this time.
Keith Lee went through the barricade, and that has given Damien Priest the advantage ever since. Can Priest capture the North American Championship?
Yeah, Lee known for the Big Bang catastrophe and incurred his own Big Bang catastrophe before the break, and it's Priest looking to take advantage.
Damien Priest looking for the
Priest
suplex.
trying to lift the big man up. Oh!
Look at this. Oh my goodness. Keith Lee. Deadlift suplex? No way.
By the NXT North American
No, Damien Priest out of there. Neck breaker. Oh, goodness.
Hangman's neck breaker. Priest looking to become the North American champion. Lee
Damien Priest really wants this, man. He's fighting.
Think about the lengths that Damien Priest has gone to.
I'm New
in
Zealand.
order to
If it's
secure
95
this
degrees,
North
I would die.
American title opportunity.
Dude.
The sneak attacks with the baton on multiple
It's
occasions.
been like
to Keith
116 here.
He used the nightstick last week.
Not right now, but it's been there. Summer's coming too. Dude, I don't know why Damien Priest keeps trying for the suplex. He can't lift him.
In this title match.
Priest was not willing
keeps
to
trying
take
it.
any chances with this opportunity. He was demanding
Lee,
to
ooh.
walk out with the North
Ooh,
American
gets the ears
Championship.
clapped by Damien Priest.
Slick head movement by Damien Priest.
Oh, gets pounced into the corner.
Pounced by the champion, sending Priest back first hard into the turnbuckles.
Dude, I really hope
Body hitting the
this
buckles
green
and
screen
landing
stays
hard
up.
on the mat. Let's take a look at that pounce. Oh.
More pounds to the ounce for the NXT.
Dude, there's so much weight in both of these main events. I wonder what the weight total is between both main events of AEW and NXT tonight. It's got to be like 1,000 pounds.
Lee struggling to get to his feet.
Gotta
to
be.
suck in that air and that bruised larynx.
Oh, and Lee able to uncork a series of
Oh yeah, that's for sure. It's over 1,000. It's got to be like maybe 1,100, 1,200 pounds. 1,100, I'd say. Probably like 1,100 pounds in both these main events put together.
Lee looking to use the ropes every
Oh my goodness. Keith Lee with a corkscrew crossbody.
Corkscrew pescado. Are you kidding me?
Wow. Corkscrew crossbody by Keith Lee to the outside. Takes out Damien Priest.
How he wants to represent it. This is the type of champion Keith Lee is.
Keith Lee, the sixth
All right.
man to become
We're also back on. Also back on AEW.
But nothing to cover him with.
He's got no energy left.
Right? Nothing.
Man.
Nothing left.
Dustin Rhodes just hit Lance Archer with a sunset flip. Actually, no, it was a Canadian Destroyer.
Their hero, Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin Rhodes looking for a little bit of love and respect from the crowd to get him out of this.
You're right. You're right about that,
Taken
Tony.
off his feet like that by Dustin.
A little dazed. Oh, look, there he is. He starts smiling again.
In the summer, we get to 40 at most. Wow, dude.
It's almost like he gets off on this type of thing.
Oh, it's a slow
Yeah.
He's a masochist.
Here it's crazy. It's crazy, dude.
Shaking out the cobwebs, hammering Dustin with a forearm.
Dustin ducks a couple of
It gets real hot. And the sun feels like radioactive.
just like Stan Hansen.
Like you stand outside and you feel the sun on your face and it feels like it's unnatural or something. It's weird.
Underneath he goes. He's got to make sure, though, this big guy stays off his
So there's
feet.
blood on the mat. Nice power slam. Power slam by Dustin Rhodes. Lance Archer feeling the pain.
To Waco all across the state. Finally found some cities.
Oh, Dustin letting his anger
Dustin still blood all over his face. Now he's got the 10-count punches in the corner, raining down damage on Lance Archer. Dude, this is the most vulnerable we've seen Lance Archer since he's shown up. Crossroads. He kicked out of the Crossroads at 1?
He kicked out of one. That might have been the biggest
Wow.
Dustin's arsenal right there.
116, yeah, dude. You just don't go outside. And if you got to go outside, you get inside quick. Like, it can really mess you up. Like, I've been put out of commission for days by going outside in the wrong weather. Like, it'll take you out. You can get heat stroke, you can get dehydration. Like, the sun just hitting your head can make you, it can mess you up for days, man. No joke. You got to be careful. Would I like to see a Dustin versus Cody final? Yeah. But no, not where he retires Dustin, no. Wow.
It's absolute. You're right, Chris Jericho.
Blood Dust kicks out.
She can't believe it either. She just wants him to stay down too.
A couple of warriors just
All right, hang on. I'm going to see what's going on NXT for a second.
Within the
Wait a minute.
confines of the squared circle. Priest standing tall
Damien Priest.
on the top turnbuckle.
He's on the top turnbuckle. He's perched like Batman. Oh my goodness, what was that?
Cyclone kick from the top. Spinning back kick. And that will, oh my.
Keith Lee kicks out. Wow. Top rope cyclone kick by Damien Priest. Damien Priest was such a good pickup for them.
Come on. I've seen a man walk the ropes.
All right, wanted to see that.
Moonsault off the top. This man
Dude,
is unstoppable.
it's time.
Dustin barely got out, and we're going to take a look one more time
Look at this. He
Let's
walks
see it.
straight across the ring, turns, and does a picture-perfect moonsault straight onto Dustin Rhodes. We've never seen that before.
Moonsault from Lance Archer off the top rope. Springboard moonsault on top of Blood Dust. And Dustin is able to kick out still. Wow, dude. Wow. Dude, that's the next level of old school right there. Oh, no. No way. Lance Archer. He's looking for it. No. Dustin gets out of the finisher. Nice big boot. Choke slam to Dustin. Yo, Dustin Rhodes turned it around into the pin of his own out of the choke slam. And a big boot is just cleaning the clock of Dustin Rhodes. Puts him down on his back, and now Lance Archer is, he's thinking about what it's going to take to keep Dust down. What is up? What is up? Welcome to the stream, everybody. You're just in time for the finish of AEW and NXT. Wow. Lance Archer just rips the turnbuckle off. Wow. This is savagery. He put Dustin Rhodes' face right into the exposed turnbuckle, and now that's damage. What the heck is going on uh-oh. On NXT. No. No. Keith Lee stops him from using the Keith Lee stops Damien Priest from using the nightstick. QT Marshall's gonna throw in the towel? No. Cody stops him. Now Cody is thinking about throwing in the towel. Oh, Lance Archer grabs the towel and just throws it into the audience. And now he's just destroying him. That's done. Kind of a weird way to end it. But Lance Archer wins after just making Dustin Rhodes headbang on the mat 3 times. I think he should have done something a little bit more devastating than that. But hey, kind of got the point across. And now Lance Archer is just staring down Cody Rhodes. Like, hey, you know I'm coming for you and I'm coming for that title. Wow. And Cody and the whole family are just holding Dustin, just making sure he's okay. I don't know if he is, man. He's bleeding. He's bleeding for a reason.
The Murder Hawk Monster will go on to the championship.
Goodness gracious.
Tournament. He will face Cody and
Cody Rhodes versus Lance Archer. Double or Nothing, May 23rd. Jeez, man. It's kind of a ways off. That was an awesome ending right there. Could have been a little better, and Keith Lee retains his title on NXT.
His impression felt. Sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. It ain't nothing but a Keith Lee thing.
Then you just still trying. Bask in his glory. You must bask in his glory, guys. And that was the end of AEW and NXT. Wow, man. That was an all-out assault, man. That both episodes went by. That might have been the quickest 2 hours that I've had with a wrestling show in a while. It was just snappy, dude. That was really good stuff. I kind of want to have a talk about it. We should have a little talk, just a small talk. Something like a chat. Dudley Mahal. My. Goodness gracious. That was, man, they did such a good job. Both of these shows tonight. Alright, so we're gonna start with AEW. If you watched AEW along with us and you'd like to give me your review, and you'd like your review to count towards the battle of the brands, please type a 1 in the chat, guys. Let me get my music started. Pretty good right there. The Battle of the Brands. Let me show you what's up with it right now. The Battle of the Brands. Here it is. 3, 1, 0, 3, 2. Man, looking pretty dang good right now. I'm liking this breakdown. I'm liking what we got going on. I'm looking forward to seeing what people say here tonight. The new review is on. On. Excuse me, dog, on. Neither show had gender. They both did. They both had them. Alright, who do we got? Who's giving their reviews? Type a 1 in the chat if you'd like to give your review, guys. Let's find out. Are my ones working? Hang on. Let me make sure that this is still showing up on the screen. Yes, okay, it's working. Alright, just making sure. Give everybody about 30 seconds to think about it. Keep in mind, man, if you don't give a review, you can't complain about the outcomes. It's like not voting and then being mad about who wins the presidency. Da-da-da-da. How's the background music? Can you guys hear the background music? Is it too loud or not loud enough? What do you guys think? Let me know. This episode of Grapple Chat. Alright, guys, got about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright, so it is Chris, Empire, and then New Zealand. So, Chris, your review is first. Let's find out what you thought about AEW Dynamite this evening. What you thought of Dynamite tonight. I wonder who came up with the name Dynamite. You think it was Cody? Who do you think did it? I think it was me. I did it. I came up with it. So, Chris, your review first. Empire, your review is second. And New Zealand, your review is third. So if you guys could just type your review in now and just put it in after the person before you puts their review, that'd be great. That way we can get this show running like a fine-oiled machine, like a fine-oiled team. All right, so AEW. They started off with this Cody Rhodes thing again. I guess it's kind of like if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing, because last week it was fun. It was cool seeing Cody started off. It was cinematic. It had a nice, I don't know what else to call it besides cinematic. It seemed like a movie where Cody Rhodes is like telling you about his like rise to the challenge or whatever. So I really like that. Oh man, the Darby Allin versus Cody Rhodes match was a good match, and in any other circumstances, I would say that this was exactly what I wanted to see. They were both fighting for something. They both left it all on the line. I loved it. I just think the ending was weird. The way that the ending was done made it weird to me. I'm all for Cody winning this, obviously. I mean, Cody being the TNT champion would be perfection of starting this thing off. Cody or Dustin would have been good. Now it's between Cody and Lance Archer after the show, and you know, Cody's as good a champion as anybody else right now. Just really would like to see what they're doing with Dustin Rhodes after this show, because I mean, to be completely honest with you, he's getting almost the same treatment as in WWE. Like he was, at least he was tag team champion in WWE before he left. You know, there's just weird stuff going on with him right now, and I don't know how much time is left on his life clock. I mean, not his life clock, but his wrestling life clock. You know, how much longer he's going to be in this ring, because he's still getting around with great speed, with great balance. He can still tell what's a good match. He can still turn in a good performance, but it's like, how long is that going to happen, man? How long do we have to wait to see Dustin Rhodes actually getting some sort of like main event type of booking? And then because it's not going to be, he's not long for the wrestling world, guys. I mean, he might wrestle for another 10 years or whatever, but is it going to be at this level is my question. So I don't know, man. I know they're trying to race towards stuff. You can tell that they're in fast motion right now. I just really hope that there's something good coming for Dustin Rhodes soon. Maybe he can get that ring off of MJF or something. Anything at all, man. It's just, what was the point of leaving WWE to just once again be this guy who was just there? He's just there, dude. He's not doing much. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they got next for him. Really hype about the Cody and Darby Allin match. I think that might have been the match of the night for me between all shows. I really loved it. That or the match with all the chairs. Really good stuff, dude. I loved the match with all the chairs. Everybody was just, they went all out. That match was chaos, and it was a good controlled chaos in a weird weird way, and I hope that people are seeing more of Jimmy Havoc. I need him to talk less and do this more, because this was awesome. This was really good stuff, and I feel like Jimmy Havoc, if they introduce a hardcore title anytime in the next couple months, he needs to be the guy to pick it up, him or Darby Allin, because they really do the dang thing, man. Okay, so Chris says, I like the Jon Moxley promo, Brodie Lee's match. I give it a 7.75, like always. So you mean 10? He means 10. He wants to give it a 10, but we're going to take that 7.75. I like it. All right, let's do it. Chris, thank you for your review, man. I like the Brodie Lee match too. I really like how he played around with his food. It made him look like it fit his character. I feel like it fit his character very well. I'm glad you brought that up, because that was something that I might not have really talked about. So Chris, thank you very much for your review. Give Chris some hype. You guys can give Chris some hype too if you want, you know? I'm going to give you this many hypes. And there might be a secret character in there somewhere. I like it. I like it. Chris, thank you very much, dude. Oh, and thank you to Empire and We Rubbed. Both Empire and We Rubbed giving some props to Chris. Oh, you want to give props too? All right, all right. All right. DJF is here. No, Dudley, this is not a music video. It's not time to dance. Dudley, I mean DJF. Come on, man. It's a review show. It's a review show, man. Dudley's over here doing some things. DJF. All right, next up, Empire, right? Yeah, Empire review time. Empire, what did you think? Can I unban you on Twitch?
I want you at home
No.
to know my hand is touching your hand for this gathering of the biggest body of people in this country, in this universe.
No, I cannot. I cannot unban you on Twitch yet. You were very disrespectful over there, and it made me think that maybe you just stayed up too late or something. So I think I might be just keeping you up too late. You seem to have a strange attitude the later it gets. So maybe in a couple weeks here. Just keep having fun with us, man. Keep hanging out with us. Keep being a positive influence on the chat, and then we'll talk about it again. Maybe around like right before a Double or Nothing. Yeah, I think like right before a Double or Nothing. So give it like 2 weeks, man. We'll find out. But I appreciate you asking. Am I streaming on Twitch for Money in the Bank? Yeah. I'll be streaming on Twitch and YouTube. So you don't have to worry, dude. Anytime that I'm streaming anything to do with like real life wrestling as it's happening, it's gonna be on YouTube and Twitch. So you won't miss out, dude. It's just I gotta make sure I don't keep you up too late. Yo, Cameron's in the building. Let's find out what Empire thought about AEW tonight. All Empire Wrestling. All Empire Wrestling. I love it. So let's find out. What else did I want to talk about? Britt Baker just hitting Cody in the head with a shoe out of nowhere was like, what the heck? What the heck, Britt? But I guess since she didn't have a promo package tonight, it was she had to get involved somehow and get some heat. So I guess that worked. The Jon Moxley promo. I don't say this too often, but Jon Moxley's promo as champion was actually entertaining. I think he did a good job tonight, especially the way he ended it, man. That ending was such a great... Yo, Cameron, did you see this Moxley promo? This was good. This was good stuff. I thought he was going to end it a little differently than he did, but I really enjoyed the way he came off. He came off kind of champion-esque tonight. Also, I liked his little jabs because he still seemed to be like, oh, you know, he still seemed to have little jabs that he was throwing at Jake Hager and stuff. I really liked it. I liked it. So much fun. So much fun. Umpire wrestling. What else did I really enjoy about this episode of AEW? Of course, I got to talk about this match with all the chairs, man. This match was, I kind of feel like it was a star-making appearance from Jimmy Havoc. I feel like Jimmy Havoc actually came off as like a superstar tonight. Like not a superstar in the likes of like Stone Cold or anything, but like I feel like tonight Jimmy Havoc appeared to be a member of the roster who should be utilized and that people might ask for. Very good stuff from him. The Best Friends pull off the win. I don't know why. I feel like the Best Friends have had such a platform in AEW right now. I think that win would have been better invested on Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc. There are some weird booking decisions, not booking decisions, but because booking is fine. Like I like who they're having fight each other. It's just these endings are weird with AEW. The way that they end these matches, nobody would have came out of this worse if they would have let Jimmy Havoc get the win. It still would have made the Best Friends look good. You just had Trent fight a 19-minute match with Kenny Omega. Your crew doesn't need any more hype right now, okay? On top of that, you had Orange Cassidy fight like a 16-minute match against Pac? Like, your crew doesn't need any more hype right now, dude. You know who does? Kip Sabian, Jimmy Havoc. That's who needs some more hype in your company right now. The Best Friends are fine, man. They're all they got to do is hug each other, and people are just going to be hyped to see them. That's it. And then you got Orange Cassidy, who's one of the most over acts you have. You don't need any more hype. Who does need more hype is Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian. So I have no problem with the booking. The match was impervious to harm. I loved this match. But the ending was just, what the heck, man? Don't get it. I really don't get it. Alright, there's Empire's review. Trying to fill the time while you guys type your stuff up. Man, if you typed a 1, please just start typing your review. Get it ready. All Empire Wrestling was awesome tonight. Cody versus Darby was match of the night. I agree with you. Chairs was good. Sean Spears' match was decent. I didn't really get to see all that, so I'll have to take your word on that. I don't think it would be a bad match. Sean Spears is a great wrestler. Brodie Lee match was awesome. Mox promo was awesome. Bubbly Bunch. Oh man, you brought up the Bubbly Bunch. Tonight's episode of the Bubbly. I hate saying that. I hate saying Bubbly Bunch, but I liked it. This might have been the best one. Oh my goodness, Roy Rees. Roy Rees is the big dog. Welcome to Team Gritty, man. Thank you for subscribing. Hopefully you click that little bell icon so that you can know when I go live or start streaming or when I put videos up. Sean Spears, aka Ty Dillinger. Yep, Ty Dillinger. 8 out of 10. Good stuff. Empire. Hang on. Empire. I'm gonna give you all these. I'm gonna give you dog hugs. Okay. Dog hugs. Because I really like your dog picture on Twitter. Dog hugs. 8 out of 10, man. I really like that. Very good review. I can't say there's anything that you said there that doesn't really strike me as the bee's knees. Everybody like the live stream right now. Yeah, please. Everybody If I don't beg, people don't do it. And then people are like, why you beg for likes? It's like, because people don't like stuff unless you ask them to. People don't do things unless they know they can do things. Why you begging for likes, yo? Because look what happens when I don't ask people, when I don't remind people. Like, I'm sure people enjoy the stream, but people won't come on over and give likes unless I remind them it's possible. Empire, thank you very much. I like it. Nice review, dude. So, next, but not least, New Zealand. Dude, I can't wait to see what New Zealand thought about this. New Zealand has got a great mind for the business. I've really, really enjoyed that you found this stream, New Zealand. You've been an awesome part of this stream. I don't know if I tell you guys enough, but I really appreciate having people in here who add to the environment. You know, like I'm the person who starts the stream, and I'm supposed to be the person who keeps it moving. You know, but you guys make it a community. You guys make it fun to watch. You guys make it fun to be part of. Because if it's just me talking all day, it's not a hangout. It's just me talking. So thank you to everybody who brings your personality. We don't always have to agree. I mean, like I said, everybody's got their idea of who the best wrestlers are, you know, what the best show is. But if we can come together and just have a fun time, I mean, how many times have you hung out with your friends and your friend doesn't think the person on your baseball team is the best player, but you do, or doesn't exactly like the Yankees, but they like their own team? Like, just having friends and having a hangout doesn't mean you have to agree about everything, but it makes it a better environment to have people around you and have fun with people, you know? So thank you guys. I really, really do appreciate you. I hope I showed that appreciation by all the work that I put into these streams, all the work I put into the layouts and the format and the sound design and everything. I'm always wondering about how to make stuff better for you guys. So thank you. Hey, there's Roy. Roy, the big dog. Thank you very much for subscribing, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you gotta refresh, Chris. I think if you refresh, you're gonna see a few more likes. Oh yeah, I see you, man. I see you. So let's find out. Last but not least, New Zealand. What did you think of this episode of AEW? I love this song. That's why I always start the streams with this song. Plus, it doesn't get me copyright strikes, so that's a great feature as well. What else did I love about this show? I like how Brandy Rhodes got ran over. Brandy Rhodes got destroyed by just an errant blow. Cody, he advertently grabbed the back of Darby Allin and just straight pushed him into his wife, and his wife got destroyed. I like how Brandy, she got hurt, went backstage, got a bottle of water, brought it to Cody, went backstage, got changed for her match with Dustin Rhodes, and then came out with a brand new outfit just fine. What the heck was going on there? Brandy, they gotta calm her down. She's got some weird things going on with her, man. What the heck was that? She gets speared, goes backstage, gets a bottle of water, comes back out, goes backstage, changes her clothes, and then comes out here with Dustin just fine. What the heck? So maybe her life bar is her clothing. Once she gets hurt in an outfit, if she takes that outfit off, now she's at 100%. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Did I see your review? No. Must have been too long or something. Make sure it's, like if you see how Empire's review is, try to make it about that long or cut it into sections, because Twitch will like hit you with like spam stuff. They'll be like, oh, that's got to be spam. It's like line after line. So try to split it. Try to split it, because it didn't show up. So most likely it got hit with like spam guidelines or something to where it thinks that it's spam because it's so long. Yeah, just try to like cut it in half or something. I'm sorry it does that, man, but you know, there are people on the internet who will just come in and try to ruin everybody's fun by posting a super long paragraph that makes a picture, and it's just an obscene picture, and it's just not worth the time. Dude, I'm so hyped for the nitty-gritty tomorrow. I'm sure you guys have seen the news. I'm sure you guys have seen what the newest piece of hype in the gaming industry is right now, and I can't wait to talk about it, guys. But tomorrow is the thing, and We Rups came in talking about it immediately, and I was like, We Rup, tomorrow, nitty-gritty tomorrow, okay? Help me sign in a Mixer. No, Mixer's not live, Chris. Mixer's not live. It won't help you. I'm not live on Mixer. I'm only live on Twitch and YouTube right now. So don't even worry about Mixer. It ain't happening. The Nitty Gritty is tomorrow, guys. If you guys don't know what the Nitty Gritty is, the Nitty Gritty is my weekly gaming and entertainment talk show where I talk about the newest game trailers, movie trailers, gaming news, release date footage, all kinds of stuff. So if you like games and you like movies, please come hang out with me tomorrow on my Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/grittyurbansaga. It's in the description of the YouTube video, or you're already there if you're on Twitch. Heck yeah, man. I do it every Thursday. I used to do it Wednesday, but Wednesday is kind of taken up now. I'm glad that I switched to Thursday. Isn't it kind of cool? I switched to Thursdays, and then all of a sudden there's Wednesday Night Wars. So it's like, it's almost like I had like a great idea there. Okay, here we go. Alright, New Zealand says, the Dudley Bunch was great. Dr. Baker segment didn't feel necessary with the makeup lady. Oh, what was that? She did get a segment? I missed that. I didn't get to see that. So Britt Baker did get a segment? Thank you for letting me know. The tag match was epic, but I'm still blissed about the ending. Yeah, the ending was... Yeah, I agree with you. And the Darby versus Cody match felt botchy, 8.9. It did have some botchiness to it. It did have some botchiness to it, but I think they just work really well together. And what Darby is willing to do and Cody is willing to do, I think they made up for the botchiness by just, you know, putting it all on the line. I think they really did a good job there. But yeah, I do see what you mean by the botchiness. 8.9, my goodness, wow. That's pretty good, man. That's 1.1 from a perfect episode of wrestling. Man, that's good stuff. I'm glad you liked it. New Zealand. Yo. Can I type this? New Zealand Assassin. Dudley, what did you do to my keyboard? Every time I type it. What? Dudley, what did you do? You don't like Britt Baker. Well, hey, she's doing a good job then, man. One of the worst things to be in wrestling is just indifferent. And people are just like, what do you think about this character? So the fact that you don't like her means that she's probably eliciting a response, and not everybody can be a good guy, and everybody can be appreciated, you know? So I feel like that means she's doing a pretty okay job. If you were just like, meh, then she'd be ineffective. New Zealand Assassin, thank you very much. Also noticed there was no women's matches, which I enjoyed because that division needs work. It does, but it is becoming very apparent. It's becoming very apparent, and it's also becoming very apparent because these shows are actually getting good ratings. They're getting good reviews, so it's starting to reflect on how much a women's division is actually needed to run a good show. And I'm not trying to diss the women's division, but I'm just saying it's kind of looking like it's just there so that they can tick the box, so that they can say, yes, we do have a women's division, instead of it actually being something necessary to run a good show, or something that's woven into the fabric of the show so much to where it is an actual mainstay of Dynamite. Because if you're able to run a very good wrestling show without it, how much is it woven into the fabric of your show? How much does anybody feel like it's missing, you know? Besides the people who are just looking for like social justice type things. So I feel like it's a good thing, but it's also a kind of bad thing for the future of the women's division, because it's no secret that's been their Achilles heel. AEW's Achilles heel has been their women's division for a long time, since it started basically. And now it's starting to look like it's not even an Achilles heel. It's just not a heel at all. It's not a part of their body. It's just something that's tacked on to say that they have it. It needs to be more woven into the fabric of the show and into the fabric of AEW if they want us to believe that it's necessary. Because as of right now, it seems like almost like the NXT of WWE. It seems like there's AEW Dynamite, and then there's like AEW NXT, and that's where the women's stuff happens. You know, it seems like two separate shows, two separate brands at this point, because nothing is happening between the two besides Britt Baker that even elicits a response from me. So I'm glad you brought that up, because that is something that definitely is starting to ring very, very loudly in the heads of, I'm sure, a lot of wrestling fans, but a lot of people won't admit it, but it's definitely not being a mainstay or a necessary part of the show. So I'm glad you brought that up, because it needs to be part of the show. And I know people are going to cite like traveling concerns and all that. I understand. That's fine. But that doesn't mean it shouldn't be woven into the fabric of the show itself. And WWE has the same problem. I'm not saying WWE is doing it any better. I'm saying it just seems like two completely separate shows between the women's stuff and the men's stuff. And maybe that's why Britt Baker hit Cody in the head with the shoe, because maybe they're starting to realize that too. And maybe that's why Penelope Ford was so needed in that 3-on-3, or basically 3-on-3 tag match tonight. Maybe that's why. Maybe they're starting to realize they need to start weaving these things into the show instead of having it be two separate situations. So maybe they already know and they're getting ahead of it. Maybe that's why I didn't quite get the Britt Baker thing, and why they didn't just make Penelope Ford part of the 3-person match, because maybe they're trying to slowly weave it together. So I hope that's what they're doing, because it would be very nice if they could sidestep that problem that is very much starting to emerge in AEW. Yeah, I don't know, man. So, good review, man. Your 8.9 has been equipped. So I guess it's just down to my review. I've said basically everything I want to say. I've said basically everything I want to say about this show. Besides just, I would have really liked if Marco Stunt would have got recruited by Brodie Lee. That would have been a nice little shakeup. That would have been some nice stuff leading up to the pay-per-view as well, because they'd have a couple weeks where Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus could be like, oh no, and they're looking back on his promo where he's like, I don't feel like I'm part of the crew with Lucha Express or whatever, Jurassic Express, and I think that could have been a really cool side storyline that could have made people hyped to see what happens next. And I feel like they dropped that ball a little bit. And the Murder Hawk versus Dustin Rhodes match, I like that there was blood. I like that Dustin looked very capable against Lance Archer. But I just kind of don't agree with the length of the match. But, you know, they probably just wanted Dustin to still look good, which is fine, I guess. I'm glad Lance Archer won. Him versus Cody has been teased for weeks and weeks and weeks now, so I guess we're finally going to get that. But we got weeks to wait on that. I feel like they could have built up a different storyline that would have helped us to kind of translate the next couple of weeks while we're waiting for the pay-per-view. So I gotta minus some points here or there. Overall, I had so much fun watching AEW tonight. I'm so glad that Moxley had a good promo tonight. He needed that so much. He needed that more than he needed a match. Just funny stuff. Jericho on the mic is money for sure. The Bubbly Bunch thing was probably the best episode I've seen so far of the Bubbly Bunch. I hate saying that, but I love watching it. Man, just all together. My goodness. Oh, people. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Dusty. Dusty looking on proudly. Both Cody and Dustin. I love that. That's the perfect host to get right at the end of an AEW review. I think this is better than last week by at least 2 points. Not 2 points, but 0.2, 0.3, maybe even 0.4. I'm going to give it an 8.2. I think this was one of the better episodes of AEW Dynamite. I felt like it was just the momentum, the rhythm of the show, the commentary, like it's just, man, it's firing on all cylinders. The only thing I felt might have been missing, and I didn't see any of this, but maybe a little bit of Matt Hardy again, because I'm actually liking Matt Hardy's promos a little bit. Yeah, I gotta give it like an 8.2. Yeah, I'll give it 8.2. I like it. I think it was better than last week by at least 0.3 or something. So, and I gave it 7.9 last week, I think. So 8.2 sounds just about right for me. I think just really close to about 2 points from a perfect show. Some of the outcomes are weird, but overall, yeah, I'm giving it to him, man. I think it was so awesome. Really great show. So glad to see AEW firing on all cylinders. So let's add this up. Let's do a little math and let's find out if they were able to pull off the point. Here we go. Time for some math, guys. I know it's your favorite thing, math. All right, so a 7.75, an 8, an 8.9, and an 8.2 adds up to a 32.85. We divide that by 4 scores, which equals 8.2. Dude, it's like exactly what I rated it. Let's go. That's good stuff, man. AEW, 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 AEW. That was a good one, man. It was a very good episode. Just clean, man. Real clean. Real clean. Good stuff. All right, here we go. Let's get back over here. Let's get the math. Get the math out of here. Boom. All right. Let's switch this over. Oh, my internet's doing weird stuff. You guys might have some internet issues for a second here. Hopefully it'll figure itself out. All right. We're working on it, guys. Internet's going to do some weird stuff for a second here. Andrew, thank you very much for the host. All right. So if you watched NXT and you would like to give your review, if you watched it along with us, I should say, because if you just watched it and now you're coming in to give your review, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking the review. So if you watched it with us and you'd like to give your review, please type a 1 in the chat, guys. Now is the time for the ones. Andrew, you did not watch NXT with us, so I'll read your review, guys. You can give your review all day. I don't care. I will read your review and I will respond to it. It's not going to be part of the Battle of the Brands because I got to make sure you watched it with us. You got to watch it with us so I know you actually watched the show, because I can't know if you actually watched it or not unless you're actually in here with us during the show. So next time, stop on by, man. If you're going to watch NXT live, come watch it with us. It's a much more fun experience, dude. I've watched some shows recently by myself, and it's just not the same. Watching Raw by myself, watching NXT by myself, watching any of these shows by myself, it's not as fun as it is watching it with you guys. And people are starting to realize what I mean by that. With all this social distancing and not being able to be together in a crowd, you're starting to realize now what I'm talking about. It's better together. Local Mar. Oh, this is your name over here? All right, hang on. New Zealand Assassin. Is that really you? New Zealand Assassin, tell me something that only you would know right now. New Zealand Assassin, tell me something that only you would know, and then I will, or something that only the real New Zealand Assassin would know, because I'm gonna give you mod status over here on YouTube. Shayna Baszler is hot. That's your review? That's your review, Andrew? All right. Well, I'm glad I read your review. I think Shayna Baszler is a very on fire superstar for sure. I think she's definitely up there right now. She might be my favorite part of the women's division right now. Alright, so the ones are Empire, We Rupt, and me? We Rupt and me Rupt. That's it, that's the two. I don't know, guys. Might have to discontinue Grapple Chat again for a little while. Make sure you guys show up, alright? I do these because I love wrestling, but I also do them because I hope you guys love them. But I feel like the proof is in the pudding a lot of times when it comes down to what people enjoy. It's sometimes really about how much they show up for things. All right, there you go. That's the cutoff. So Empire, your review will be first, and then We Rupt, your review is next. Chris, you jumped the gun, dude. You jumped the gun. You got to wait for me to ask, and you didn't type 1 once I asked. So, I guess you're not going to give your review? I guess, man. You can't jump the gun, dude. What if I let everybody just type 1 ahead of time? Then people can just come in here and type 1 whenever, and then I have to go back and be like, well, I guess you typed 1, so you get to review it. You got to wait for me to ask, man. Follow directions. That way because if you do that, then other people will start doing that, and then you'll just get a bunch of 1s in the chat, and I won't know what they're for, and then I have to go back and start doing homework on did somebody type 1 or not, and just do it when I ask for it. That way I can keep it in order, and that way you don't get skipped, or that way you don't have to worry about other people getting in who don't deserve to be in, or who haven't actually, I wouldn't say don't deserve to be in, but haven't fulfilled the stipulations to get their review to count. So I'm going to read your review, but it's not going to count. It's not going to count for the towards the overall Battle of the Brand score. All right, so Empire, what is it, man? What did you think? NXT was fun. NXT was fun tonight. The Newly Bros, what are they called? The Newly Bros? Dude, my internet is just doing whatever it wants right now. What a lovely internet situation I'm having. My internet is very capable, man. It shouldn't be giving me issues. Should be working, man. It's just dropping frames. It's not like dropping or anything. It's not going out. It's just dropping a lot of frames. But that shouldn't stop us from being able to type in reviews, guys. So please, just, alphabetically, all right? Empire, you're first. We Rupt, you're second. Both people, if you typed a 1 when I asked you to, you already know you're in. So just type your reviews out and put them in, guys. It should not be able to stop us from running a review show. This is not like some fast twitch, like everybody's got to say the right thing at the exact right time or anything. Just give your reviews, guys. The Newly Bros was very funny. I like that a lot. I thought it was going to be the start of like a breakup angle, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I love that the Imperium came out to destroy that segment. It was everything. That segment was everything I wanted. It was comedy. It was witty. It was just it showed off the personalities of both of them. I'm glad that Thatcher is a lot like Pete Dunne in his like straightforward, dry, humorless. Just acceptance of having to deal with Matt Riddle. I like that a lot, and I also like that there was an incredible beatdown that happened. Matt Riddle got backdropped over the barricade to the floor on the outside, and they just left him there and they just went back in. I loved it a lot, man. It was so fun. I liked it. I really did. All right, here comes Empire. NXT was good tonight. Isaiah versus L match was awesome. Oh, you're going to call him L? I'm calling him Phantasma. I don't think it was an awesome match at all. I think that match sucked. I think Phantasma is I hope there's something else to him, man, because he's quickly looking like just one of them signings that they did to keep him away from other people. Like I said, as the show was going on, I hope that they're building a storyline with him or something to where he's gonna like just make this like epic comeback and just be something to really watch, because I'm just not impressed. I'm really not. I really don't want him to overdo it and hurt somebody or hurt himself, but I'm just not impressed. So I'm glad you thought it was awesome, but I thought that match was just something to look at. Candice versus Casey was decent. Yeah, I'd give it decent. Very much a showcase match to just show that she's got a new theme, she's got a new attitude, she's gonna destroy people now. I like that. I like the new Candice. Hey, see, that's what I'm talking about. I like the new Candice. Bro Show was funny. Adam Cole promo was good. Mia Yim versus Charlotte was decent. I'll give it a decent too. I think that overall Mia Yim wrestled an okay match against Charlotte. Main event was awesome. Yeah, man, they went at it. I would have liked a little bit more brutality between them. Maybe something more in the vein of how Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa went back into like the weight room area and stuff like that. I don't like how Keith Lee did not take it to that next like very brutal level after everything's happened to him. I thought that that's what they were leading to. I thought that's why Damien Priest kept attacking him, so that once they actually fought, you would see this side of Keith Lee that would deepen his character, that would deepen what he's about or what he's willing to do to keep himself as the glory, you know. I felt like it was very, very understated the way that Keith Lee wrestled the match. Just not at all as brutal as he would. I feel like him and Dijakovic have even had more brutal matches than this, and Dijakovic never came out and hit him in the throat with a nightstick, you know. So I wouldn't say awesome to that, but I'm glad you thought it was awesome. 8 out of 10. Holy moly. 8 out of 10. Let's go. All right, let me get my calculator. There's a little bit of lack of enthusiasm from Keith Lee, I would say. I would have liked a lot more if he would have slammed him like into the Titantron or anything like that, you know. Like I didn't feel like Keith Lee was fighting from the position of somebody who got destroyed several times in the past by the same guy in dastardly ways. You know, I would think that Keith should come back from that and be savage. Didn't really get that from him. He won, but I didn't get that from him. I'm glad you put that decent mark on Charlotte, and I'm glad you put that decent mark on Candice versus Casey. You can see how Keith Lee threw Damien on it. I saw that, but that's not vicious, dude. That's not vicious. That's him just getting him back into the ring, basically. That's not something he should have thrown him over here. Because think about it. You're the champion. I think there's this thing called champion's advantage, where a count out means you win. So he should have had every advantage in this battle. It should have been up to Damien to keep the match back in the ring. Keith Lee should have been the one who's like, I don't care, because if I get counted out, I still keep my title. If I destroy you the way I should destroy somebody who hit me in the throat with a nightstick, who's jumped me several weeks in a row with a nightstick, and been just dastardly devious, behind the scenes, underhanded, just a thorn in my side, he shouldn't be the one who's trying to keep the match in the ring and all this. He should be the one trying to destroy it, and Damien should be the one who's like, come on, man, I gotta win this title. He should be the one trying to put him back in the ring. So it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me, and this is just how I think about things, because if you're gonna tell a story where one guy is the just guy who's trying to get the title, and there's another guy who's been trying to do the right thing the whole time, and he's getting destroyed by this other guy, and he's actually getting taken out of matches, he's actually coming out on the other side of things. He powerbombed freaking Dijakovic. Dijakovic saved him. Dijakovic saved Keith Lee from Damien Priest, and Keith Lee picked up Dijakovic and powerbombed him. That's vicious. That shows that by the end of this feud, Keith Lee is probably going to be a vicious son of a gun who wants to destroy the people who are giving him problems. It's like he treated Dijakovic with more of this weird disdain than he treated Damien Priest. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I felt like it was a misstep in storytelling. It was a good match. I'm not saying it was a bad match. I just feel like it was a misstep in storytelling. Because if you're going to body slam the guy who saved you, if you're going to power bomb, if you're going to spirit bomb the guy who just saved you, wouldn't you do something much worse to the guy who just tried to take you out? Nah. He just got in there and wrestled a regular match. I felt like there was a disconnect between the viciousness we were thinking we were going to see from from Keith Lee and the viciousness that we got in this match. It should have been a no contest. He should have retained his title off of just destroying Damien Priest, putting him through a part of the stage or something like that. Not just a straight up regular win. Match is good, but it just didn't make sense. His level of viciousness didn't make sense to me. Empire, thank you for your review though. I'm glad that you put the emphasis on how much you enjoyed each part of the show, because it really makes it make more sense in your review. I like that. Is it Empire today or is it Umpire? I think it's still Empire. Yeah, it's Empire because he said all Empire Wrestling. I'm gonna give you these epic swords. I already gave you the dogs getting hugs, so I'm gonna give you these swords. I'm gonna give you these swords. Thank you very much. Oh, if you're seeing any like weird green stuff popping up on your screen, that's not my internet. My internet's fine now. My internet's fine. That is the internet program I use to stream to two platforms at once. So if you're seeing any of that, that's not my internet. My internet's fine right now. It got back on. We didn't even see Gargano promo confronting Dominic. Seems rushed and weird. That happened? I didn't see that either. I'm kind of glad I didn't see that if it was rushed and weird. Maybe I can find it on the internet. I'll do it after this because honestly, it's whatever. It's whatever to me. To me, that's not going to add too much to the show. If it's Dominic and Johnny, they're probably going to have great matches, but I'm not really trying to hear either of them talk too much. Johnny just now got kind of okay on the mic to me. His promos have never really been a thing for me to care about, so I'm not too concerned with him on the mic. And Dijakovic, you know what I'm talking about there. He's got a little ways to go before this mic is going to be his home. The match will be awesome. Don't get me wrong there. I would love to see the match, but I don't think that I really need to check into that situation. Just like I don't need to see what Britt Baker was talking about tonight. Certain things that I feel like I could skip that won't really make the show that much better or that much worse. Thank you, Empire, for your review. And We Rupt. What is your review? Let's find out what We Rupt thought. Sorry, I was gone. It's all good, man. It's all good. Let's find out what We Rupt thought. What else? The Charlotte Flair and Mia Yim match. I was surprised that each time that I tuned back into that match, because obviously I was going to spend some time away from that match to find out what's going on AEW. I was surprised to see that each time I tuned back in, it wasn't looking too horrible. It wasn't looking too bad. Not that I think that Mia Yim is a bad wrestler. It's just suddenly you're tossed from getting better each week straight into wrestling one of the best wrestlers that the WWE has. And I was thinking that there'd be kind of like a step down a notch thing that Charlotte would be doing that would throw off her timing, which we did see because there was a lot of rest holds. There were a lot of just elbows and things that you just wouldn't see happening too often in a match in comparison to a normal match you'd get from Charlotte. But I was very surprised to see Mia Yim turning in an okay performance. It wasn't great, but it was decent and it got the job done. It was another one of those situations, though, like what I was talking about with Cody or just with anybody. If you're the best, I shouldn't be watching you wrestle against somebody who's not the best for minutes on top of minutes on top of minutes. And I felt like this Charlotte Flair and Mia Yim match, it went right below right under the wire of okay, that was just long enough, because any longer and it would have looked like, what the heck is going on here? How is Charlotte Mrs. Mrs. WWE, Mrs. Wrestling, basically touted as the greatest women's wrestler in the world, having issues with Mia Yim, and the way that they did the match, it actually made a little bit of sense. So I let that match go without a hitch. I don't feel like that match was something that'll make me take any points off of NXT. I think it did what it should have and got out of there just in time, right below the wire. I was gonna have a problem there. But I said, nah. They got rid of it just in time. All right. We were up. Let's see. NXT was good. Best part was the Newly Bros. Yeah, the Newly Bros was awesome. Keith Lee was incredible. What was incredible about it, dude? Couldn't even talk because the stick to the throat. Okay. All right. Yeah, that was good selling. I was about to say, what was incredible? He wrestled his pretty much normal stuff, dude. Maverick hopefully is going up. Glad he won. That was a good win. I loved the Drake Maverick part, man. The way that he came back and the way that Tony Nese, it fit his character so well. Tony Nese actually, he didn't have to oversell his weird heelishness or his cockiness because he's been doing that for so long. It just fit perfectly with this storyline. This was perfect booking. You put a guy up against an underdog, and you have the underdog get fed up with the trash talk and the cockiness, and just make a comeback and do the right stuff at the very end of the match. And I love that he took it up to the top rope for the ending there, and it was believable that he could keep Tony Nese down with that final move, the wheelbarrow bulldog off the top. It was believable that move would actually keep him down, especially after the offense that he caught right before that as well. That Drake Maverick thing was just incredible storytelling. I'm loving it. I definitely agree. I'm glad he won. Dexter Lumis is something else. Oh, yes. I wonder where he's going next. Yeah, I saw your review, but Chris, you left, so we had to leave your review out of this. I'm gonna read it, okay? But it's not gonna count towards the overall score at the end. I'm gonna read your review, but you left, so I had to move on. You got to stick around if you want your review to stick, man. Plus, I asked you to put your 1 in the chat, and you didn't put your 1 in the chat. You put it in way before I asked, so I can't let people do that. So just wait for me to ask you for your 1, and if you're not here, then you're not here, okay? I got to keep it orderly, man, or else people will just start walking all over the review, and it won't work, because then I'll have to go back up and find out, oh, did this person type 1 or this person? Just wait. If you can't be here, you can't be here. I'm going to read it. Just give me a second. I had to move on. Dexter Lumis is something else. NXT next week. Adam Cole and The Dream. Can't wait. Oh, that's going to be... Man, I can't wait to see what they do there. I love that this match is actually going to happen. Let's hope it's not the whole Finn Balor thing. I hope they don't do that again, dude. I've witnessed a couple of NXT matches and NXT advertised things that have not come through recently, so I really hope that they do that. Probably is going to happen. I think it's going to be great. Can't wait. Candice is good, but Johnny needs work on hyping her up. When she came out and she had a brand new theme, that was pretty much all I needed to see. I was hoping that she would have like a new look, a new demeanor, a new theme. I'm glad that Johnny was there, but yeah, you know, overall I thought it was really cool that Johnny was next to her because that was the story. They were going to stick together and they were going to take over NXT. That's what they said last week, and I'm glad that the story is cohesive and it's continuing on, and it's not like they said it and now they're just dropping it. It means so much to me that they kept it going. Happy that EO is next for the Queen. 8.5. Good stuff, man. 8.5. Yo, that's good stuff right there. It's a very, very good score. Jeez, man. 1.5 from Perfection. All right. We were up. Thank you very much. Yeah, next week should be should be very, very good for them. Alright, so what am I giving to WeRup? WeRup, I like your review, man. That's in depth. I'm going to give you a bunch of balloons. I'm going to give you a bunch of balloons because you're rising to the top. Imperium, heck yeah. I like it, man. I like it. Story with Maverick is like Kofi, but I hope he wins unlike Mo. Mo doesn't want Drake Maverick to win. I mean, I don't want him to win, but I want him to have a job. But out of everybody in the Cruiserweight tournament, they obviously have been trying to show him as the one with an actual story and an actual personality. So if he doesn't win, I could see him being in the finals, maybe. Yeah, exactly. See, I just want him to be in the WWE. I don't really care if he wins or not. I just don't want him to lose his job. Alright, so let's read what Chris said before I give my review. Hated Candice gimmick. Johnny and Candice talk too much. Yeah, see, Chris gets way too into these gimmicks, and he can't, like, put himself outside of the storyline to realize how good it is. Like, the fact that you're upset about it means they're doing a good job. Like, they want you to not like them. So if they're eliciting a response, that means they're being good heels. They're not supposed to be good guys. Keith Lee versus Damian Priest was good. I like Ricochet. Ricochet's wife, Casey, should have beat Candice. Really? You think Candice's debut as like evil Candice, she should have lost immediately? I don't know if that would work too much, man. She's trying to show that she's on to like a new story here. You know, she's on to a new part of her career, a new part of her thinking about doing things. So you'd have her lose right away versus somebody who doesn't even have a story going on? All right. And you gave it an 8 out of 10. Hey, man, I like that review. Like I said, good review, but I'm not, that 8 out of 10 is not hitting the review board here. So I appreciate your review, but it ain't happening. It was a very fun episode of NXT. Man, some good storylines here. Phantasma continues to be a downside of this. As I said previously, I feel like he's wrapping his head around like the speed and the rhythm of the NXT or the WWE way of wrestling. So I'm giving him a pass here or there, but I gave him a pass last week. This week, I'm kind of going to be a little harder on the match. I'm glad Isaiah won, and I hope Phantasma is practicing a little more. I know it's got to be harder to practice right now, too, because of what's going on in the world. You probably can't get together with a whole bunch of wrestlers to really get your head on straight and get the stuff together. So, but I'm definitely giving it a minus. I'm not entertained by Phantasma. I think that's definite negative for the show right now. Swerve had to slow down too. From what I was seeing, Swerve wasn't wrestling his normal, like, just pedal to the metal type of style, and the smoothness of his wrestling was definitely in question. So I felt like the Phantasma thing was a detriment to the show. I didn't really get to hear the promo that Swerve cut, so, but I don't know. I don't think it would have really affected the show too much. I don't think it would have made up for the negative of the match, so definitely a downgrade there. I really liked the Drake Maverick match. I love the intensity he brought out. I like the way that the announcers, dude, Morrow on commentary, incredible. So glad to hear Morrow back on commentary, doing the dang thing. He was super funny tonight. He was back last week too, but it's just, I gotta keep talking about it because the times where he's not there, it's just different. So I'm so glad to see Morrow. I'm so glad to hear Morrow. He brings this really cool, just hype. He brings a level of hype that even without a crowd, it affects me. Who else? What else? The Candice LeRae re-debut. I'm glad she has a new theme. I'm glad she has a new look. Casey had to take the fall, and this is just, it's by the books, man. It's by the books. I must say I liked I'm glad she got a match this quick. Because what I was worried about is that Johnny and Candice would have the same gimmick where they never wrestle and they just talk. So I'm really glad that that she's showing up already. Johnny announcing her to the ring, I didn't get to hear much of it, but it's, you know, he's not that great on the mic. He's really not, and it helped the gimmick overall, but it didn't seem too hype to me. It seemed annoying, but not in a way that makes me have like heelish heat on him. I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. So it helped overall. It helped the gimmick of Candice, but it also was like, okay, come on, man. Like, you could say just a little bit, you know, say a little bit, or just look mean, or do something like that, or bully the other girl, you know, bully the girl and get on the mic and get in her face a little bit, and be like, because I feel like that would build the heat that he was looking for there, more than talking all the way down to the ring. The Newly Bros, this segment was so good. I already said I loved everything about it. I felt like this segment was the perfect segment. Bringing out Byron Saxton, having them get beat down by Imperium, and Imperium holding the titles up. It helps me so much. Little worried about what was the name of that squad? Indu Sheer. I'm a little worried about them not really showing. I didn't see them tonight. Did you guys see them? I did not see Indu Sheer tonight. Did anybody see Indu Sheer? Yeah, Newly Bros was incredible. I loved that segment. It had everything I wanted. It was comedic. It had a good pace to it. The comedy was there. Like not that it was comedic, but the comedy hit. It had a nice cadence to it. It wasn't just comedy. It actually hit. I love the dryness of Thatcher, just all together, and I like that it ended in savagery as well, because you know you can get a little too far out of line there and just end up with just wild wackiness. Was Indu Sheer here tonight? I don't think they were. Really weird for them to build them up so hard and then just leave them out of this, and then introduce a whole nother tag team to come out, you know. So a little weird. I mean, Imperium is great, but I would have thought Indu Sheer would be the team to come out and do the smashing here of the Newly Bros. That's going to be their name now, the Newly Bros. What else? Adam Cole's backstage promo, just lazy. No charisma, no nothing to it. Oh, Velveteen Dream, he doesn't deserve this title, but I guess I'll fight him next week. Like, just, and that's undisputed. Like, so lazy. Just, that's your champ too, dude. That's your champion. Didn't like it. I think he's better off at poolside, living it up, being the Panama Playboy, like, looking like a champion, not being backstage at NXT to do absolutely nothing except for say Velveteen doesn't deserve this, and I'll fight him next week, and that's undisputed. Lazy promo, definitely not what I'm looking for from Adam Cole. He's better than that, dude. That was... Didn't see any Velveteen on this fight card either. You would think they would have. It's basically a go home show for a title shot, so you'd think you would see a little bit of Velveteen, even a small little smidge of Velveteen would have helped this show out. Nothing, just absolutely nothing. You got a lackluster Adam Cole promo, and you got a no show from Velveteen. You would think they would have shown him in the weight room at least, being like, "Ha, I don't deserve it." Yeah, okay. Well, the Dream thinks, you know, or just not even lifting, just him sitting next to the weights, or have him laying next to the weights like this, and the whole time he's cutting a promo, you're like, oh, he's cutting a promo, and then it zooms out, and he's been like doing a leg workout the whole time. That could have been cool, something like that, you know, just a little bit of charisma, just a little bit of hype leading to next week. There's nothing but graphics, and that promo from Adam Cole was not helping me get hype at all. What else? Dexter Lumis, 5 out of 5, dude. Every time he shows up, I'm just loving it. He's booked like somebody he's booked the way that I would book Dexter Lumis. It's just perfection, dude. I'm glad he got to wrestle against somebody, you know, with the, what do I call it? With the prestige. I don't even know if it's prestige, but with the with the consideration that people should give to someone like Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne is he's been a decorated tag team participant in the WWE already in NXT, and also he was just on Raw. Like, so that's a big opponent for Dexter Lumis. This guy was just on Raw 2 days ago in a pretty much mainline story with MVP, Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, and the other guy on his tag team. Like, that was good stuff. And now all of a sudden Dexter Lumis is getting to fight him, and Dexter looked like $1 million here. Dexter stays a super plus to NXT, and he just keeps on climbing. I wonder what his main point is going to be, or where he's going next. You think North American title? What do you guys think? North American? Why did WWE put the Forgotten Sons in the main roster? I have a feeling they're gonna misuse them. Dude, they've been doing pretty well recently. Last couple weeks, Forgotten Sons have not been so forgotten. And I feel like they're gonna be the kind of like the spice that can make this tag division a little bit less monotonous, because it has really just been Miz Morrison, Usos, New Day, Miz Morrison, New Day, Usos, Miz Morrison, New Day, Usos. Like, it's just been that over and over again. So the last couple of weeks, they have been doing an okay job of showcasing the Forgotten Sons. I hope they keep it that way. I really hope they keep it that way. As of right now, it's been going okay. So we'll have to see. What else happened? I already said my piece on Charlotte and Mia Yim. They showed that Finn Balor is going to be here next week. Let's hope that's true. They said he's mad about what happened. I want to know what happened, dude. I want to know what happened with Finn Balor. I was intrigued. The little kind of promo package for next week. I'm excited to see what happens next week, but this was not really the greatest thing for this week. And then the main event. I mean, I've made it no secret. I did not enjoy this main event. I feel like both of these guys have been hotter before. Both of these guys have been more heated before. Both of these guys have turned in better matches before. I mean, I'm glad they're putting this title on TV. I'm glad that they got some Damien Priest. Damien Priest looks like he has a newfound understanding of his gimmick, which is good. But just that there was just this lack of viciousness, the lack of brutality, especially following what has been happening between them. Just felt flimsy. It felt run of the mill, and the fact that they didn't go over at all. This is one of those matches I could have seen be a 20-minute match, okay? But it was cut perfectly just so NXT would go off the air perfectly, and whenever NXT does that, it has to be perfect. And this, to me, no, this was lazy. This was a lazily put together main event to garner ratings. Did not seem like it was. This was not a takeover match, is what I'm basically trying to say. And this should have been a takeover match, even if it doesn't say takeover behind them. We know when they're building to something like a takeover match, and it's like the Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa match. That was a takeover match. That was a match that was, and I'm not trying to compare it just to that. I'm saying, like, that is an example of a takeover match. This was a feud that was built to be a takeover match. Keith Lee and Damien Priest, and both of them have turned in much more savage beatings to other people. Both of them have turned in much more vicious outings. Both of them tuned in much more energetic exchanges, and I just was not feeling it. This main event sapped the hype out of this show for me. It was a good match, okay? Don't get me wrong. They're still better than so many people on the roster, but not a takeover level match, and not even their finest showdowns for that title itself. And they had no excuse at this point, because a lot of the times they fought for this, they had somebody else in the mix. You know, they had somebody else to to fight against and other people to keep the action going with, and I got to pay attention to this guy. It's just one-on-one, no crowd, no nothing. There were some cool spots. I really loved that military toss that Keith Lee did. I really loved the off-the-top rope that Damien Priest showed. He was having fun with the match, but I really would have liked if he would have buckled down a little bit harder and looked a little bit more like he wanted to take him out, you know, and just the contrived, oh, hey, I got the title, ref, you want the title? Here's the title. Oh, I distracted the ref, and then he comes in, and it's almost comedic. It almost looked like a Looney Tunes cartoon, the way Damien Priest just kind of distracted the ref with the belt, and then he gets in there, and then Keith Lee cornerly stops him, and it was just, there were parts of this match that were just so, I don't know, man, just not the finest submission from either of these guys. I'm glad Keith Lee kept the title, because if he'd have lost it off a match like this, it really would have hurt it even more to me. If Keith Lee's going to lose this title, I want him to lose his title in a match that is worthy. If he was going to lose this title, he should have lost the title to Dominik Dijakovic already, because him and Dominik Dijakovic have turned in matches twice as good as this match. So I'm glad Keith Lee still has the title, because if he would have lost it to Damien Priest off of this tonight, I'd been like, dude, he should have lost it 2 or 3 times already. It's not over yet. I hope not, because, man, they really got to turn in one of those takeover-worthy matches, and I know they both can do it. They're both incredible wrestlers, and I'm not talking trash about them. I'm just saying, like, this was not it, man. Not saying that AEW had a better main event or anything. I'm just saying, man, nah. I was super hyped about it. You guys know how much I love Damien Priest, man. It just wasn't it. Overall, I got to give this like a 7.5. I really think the main event sucked a lot of hype out of it for me. That's not a bad score, by the way, man. Every time I give something like a 7.5, I can feel you guys like, oh, it's like, nah, dude, it's still a good show. It was still a great show. The Newly Bros, the Imperium coming out here, it wasn't even that Imperium came out. It was just that someone jumped the Newly Bros in the way that they did. Mia Yim turning in a decent match against Charlotte. It was decent to okay. There was just a lot that just kind of didn't quite hit, and the promo packages I feel like kind of dropped the ball a little bit, especially the Adam Cole promo. Is like, dude, did they just tell you say something for 15 seconds? Hopefully next week is better. I liked it, but I gotta give it like a 7.5, man. So let's add them together. Let's find out, what do we got? What do we got here? Let's do the math. Overall, I loved it. Like I said, both the shows were incredible tonight. It's just, up until the main event, I was like, dude, both shows are getting points. Which they probably are. But let's just check it out. Let's find out. What do we got? 24. Oh, boy. All right, so we got an 8.0, an 8.5, and a 7.5. Adds up to a 24. Divided by 3 scores. An 8.0. Oh, yeah. Holy moly. Let's get over here. We did the math. You saw the math. We did the math. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm glad you guys are here to give your reviews as well, because that's why I take other people's reviews, is because I'm trying to see like what the entirety of the universe thinks, what people think about this, not just what I think. I could just easily come out here and do my reviews myself, you know. Why is Shayna Baszler on NXT for me? Because let's see. Where's this at? Where am I at? Let me get my math out of here. Okay. Because 2 to maybe 4 to 5 people give reviews on NXT or AEW per week, and it takes me a little while to make these layouts. So I've had to figure out, what do I want to spend time on? You know, do I want to spend time updating the NXT layout, or do I want to spend time streaming or doing thumbnails for YouTube, or setting up brand new wrestlers and characters for our wrestling universe, figuring out what I'm going to do for the next pay-per-views. Like, I got to figure out where I'm spending time. And I think that the best use of time is not updating this layout as much as it is doing all the rest of that stuff that people actually tune into and enjoy. It was a good show, but like I said, man, the last thing you show can really deflate a show, and that's what we've seen a lot of times. That's what we've seen a lot of times from the wrestling shows. A lot of good wrestling shows have gone down without a point because of the last thing they do, because of the last thing we see, because of the last match they put on, or the way they go off the air. And you know this as well as I do. Everybody in here knows this as well as I do. You can have a good wrestling show that gets sucked down by massive amounts by the last thing that happens on your show. Look at TLC. Look at TLC last year. That Charlotte, Becky versus the Kabuki Warriors tag team match was the main event of TLC. That show was an incredible wrestling show before that match, and that wrestling event did not get a point. Hell in a Cell last year, where it was Seth Rollins versus The Fiend. That show was an incredible show, but the end of that show made people chant AEW in the stands at a WWE show like thunderously and did not get a point. The last thing you do can really drag a show down, can really take a show that was great and bring it down notches. So that's what I was trying to say with this, and that's why I got a 7.5 from me, because the rest of the show was great, but what should have been a defining moment in a feud has been reduced to something that maybe is the next chapter in something. And both of those guys are capable of much better than that. You can have a great event get just straight sucked down by a point or two based off of the main event, and that's what happened to me tonight. But I'm glad it didn't happen to you guys. I'm glad you guys were able to get over that and give them because these are like takeover ratings from you guys. 8.5, that's like a takeover. So I'm glad you guys loved it, man. I'm really glad you guys had fun with it. It's just, to me, I expected much better. I would have rather see Dexter Lumis versus Keith Lee for the title tonight. To be completely honest, I would have rather see Dexter Lumis. He's turning in some fun stuff, and I think him versus Keith Lee may be what we get next. Because I mean, if this is what they're going to turn in with those two, with Damien and Keith Lee, then I'd kind of just rather see what Dexter's able to do, man. He's obviously a beast. He's obviously able to turn in some cool stuff. So maybe that's what we're going to get next. Either way, man, I'm glad they got a point tonight, because honestly, I do feel like they may have been worthy of it, but it's just that last thing, the way you go off the screen, to me, it can do wondrous things, or it can do kind of weird things. So there you guys have it. There you go. Dex might be next. I hope so, dude. I really hope so. Because if this was it, this was not it. This is definitely not it. Or just bring Dominic Dijakovic back. Him and Keith Lee were. I mean, they can fight for that title forever, as far as I'm concerned, because their matches were doing what I'm trying to see. What I'm trying to see from that. That title is quickly becoming one of the best titles to watch. You know, I love it. I hope they will. I hope they'll keep putting it on TV too. Because waiting for a takeover at this point, I'm not sure if they're gonna even have takeovers anymore for a while. So I hope that they are gonna do more of the North American Championship, and then, you know, it's kind of like weeks and months, like the difference between weeks and months. Okay, so a week is 7 days, a month is 30 normally. I hope it's like almost like that. Like you get a North American Championship match every maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks at most, and I hope we get a NXT Championship match maybe every 5 weeks to maybe 7 weeks. You know, like every other month would be kind of cool for that. And then I hope the women's title is kind of the same as the NXT title, and I hope the tag titles are kind of maybe somewhere in between those two. Maybe like maybe like 5. You know, maybe like 5, something like that. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I'd really love that. So thank you guys so much for being part of the chat. We're not done tonight, guys. So everybody on Twitch, please keep hanging. Everybody on YouTube, I hope that you had a good evening. And if you want to come hang out with us, please come on over. Twitch.tv/FreeUrbanSaga. Even if you're banned, you can still watch. So come hang with us, man. It's going to be fun. Super duper thanks to everybody who gave a review tonight and everybody who made their impression felt. I appreciate it. That was the chat.